Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Break from each other, and then we're fired up to see each other for the next 7 months. 8 months. A lot of marriages would like to have 4 months off. You'd be married if you could get 4 months away from them, just like you do me.
That's right. Because I've been close, you're exact.
Okay.
Dusty 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello again, everybody, and welcome live to SMU Football Stadium in Bethany. A pair of 8-win teams to kick off Week 0, the Broncos and the Longhorns. Dusty 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, hello.
Your mics are over now, but
Dusty 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to turn them up on the box.
hello, this is Scott. Little breeze from the south, as always on this field.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma.
Better a partly cloudy sky with a game night temperature of 93 degrees. We welcome you to the 2022 Oklahoma High School football season. It is Week 0 tonight here in Central Oklahoma as a pair of 8-win teams 3 years ago, last year in the season opener.
I'm Todd Miller along with Scott Wadish and our Squirtle crew. Glad to be with you tonight here on what is a very, very pleasant late August evening for high school football. We told you both teams last year both had 8 wins. Bethany went 8-3, Jones 8-4. Longhorns lost in the second round of the playoffs to eventual state runner-up Washington, while Bethany was beaten by now district foe Blanchard in the first round of the 4A state championship series. A lot has changed, Scott Waters, from the last time that you and I saw Jones here on the Squirtle Game of the Week. Dave Martin, their longtime head coach and school athletic director, gone. He's part of the Texas Tech program out at Lubbock. Carson May, the record-setting quarterback, gone. He's up in Iowa City as a member of the Hawkeyes football team. But Jones is young. They're inexperienced in a lot of key places. But I guarantee you, this team doesn't rebuild, it reloads. And they plan on coming here, making a good name for themselves tonight, and contending when the postseason rolls around.
Yeah, Jones always reloads every season. They're a mainstay in Class 2A, as you mentioned, 8 wins. That's very consistent. Ted Durrell, the offensive coordinator, he was a Class 6A coach for Choctaw. This is when Choctaw was not very good, like they were competing. And, I mean, Ted Durrell has guts. He'll go against anybody, anytime. Just as you know, they're going to play Washington again in the regular season.
Dave Martin again is gone. His assistant from last year, Kevin Witt, is now the athletic director and in his first season directing the Jones program. Meanwhile, veteran head coach John Arthur works the Bethany sideline. He starts his 16th overall prep coaching season, his 6th year at Bethany High School. He is 54-23-1 as a prep head coach with Bethany. There is a big, big difference. When you look at the spotter boards, lots of numbers, lots of colors for Bethany, not much for Jones.
We'll take our opening timeout. We'll be back to kick it off. It's Week 0, Game 1 of Squirtle's Game of the Week. It's Jones and Bethany coming up next here on Squirtle.
offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour.
Get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more.
Welcome back here to SMU Football Stadium as we get set to kick off the 2022 high school football season. Jones has won. The Longhorns have deferred. Longhorns will kick. They'll defend the goal off to our right, the south end. So that means we will see senior quarterback Taylor Heim and that explosive Bethany offense out of the floor, out of the field to start this evening's game. The place kicker for Jones will be number 20, Joel Hernandez. He is a 5'11", 160-pound junior. You can see Jones in the white and green, Bethany the top purple and white jerseys over white bottoms, and Hernandez will spot the ball on the far side hash at the 40-yard line. Partly cloudy skies, not much humidity. It's 93. That's what it feels like with a game-time wind of 7 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hernandez looks right, looks left, and gets the signal, and we are ready for week 0 to commence the 2022 high school football season here on the Squirrel Game of the Week. It's a short kick from Hernandez. It's going to be fielded, fumbled, and Jones says they've recovered a Bethany fumble inside the 30-yard line. The striped shirts will have to unsort this, and it looks like that Bethany has come out of there with the football. So the Broncos swan dodge a huge bullet as they nearly coughed it up deep in their own end of the field.
That was really interesting. Kind of a pooch kick to the right side, just inside the 30-yard line, right at the 28, almost going out of bounds. But the kick returner fumbles the ball, goes right down. It looked like it almost went out of bounds. The officials for a long time were looking underneath the pile, but eventually gave them. To stop that play, though they got the first down, it was just just less than 2 yards, but nice play by Cooper Johnson on a nice form tackle.
Jaden Gilliland, the 215-pound senior, picks up the first down of the year for the Broncos. Last year he had 110 carries for 530 yards and 8 touchdowns. And Gilliland, last year in 11 games, rushed for 100 or more yards twice. He'll motion to the far side. It's a little swing pass that way. Good block of the perimeter, but good defense that time of the Longhorns to fight off at the point of attack and swallow Gilliland under for very little gain. In fact, it'll go for just 2 and bring up 2nd down and 8.
I think holding the ball just a little too long because Gilliland was open right at the curve. But as you mentioned, Todd, great procedure by the Jones Longhorns going down the line of scrimmage, stopping that play.
Woods Harrell is in the backfield along with Jaden Gilliland. Gilliland last year had a decent number of catches totaling 207 yards, and 2 of those catches went for scores. Now it's a one-back look. They'll motion Woods Harrell to the near side. It's a keeper by Heim, who's hit in the backfield and stumbles across the 44 to the 45. That's going to be a gain of 2, maybe 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down along 5.
That play would have went for Heim for a first down if it wasn't for Jacob Margarowski. He split the blockers, got Heim in the backfield, just held on for just a little bit just to keep that to a short game.
Sophomore center. They have 3 juniors, a senior on an offensive line as Bethany that averages 235 pounds man-to-man, tackle to tackle. Play action pass on 3rd down. They set up a little screen to the far side. It's caught, and Gilliland has a first down, breaking tackles, and he almost broke it except he stepped out of bounds into Longhorn territory at the 43-yard line. So that will be a catch and run of 12 on 3rd and long 5, and already first down conversion number 1 on 3rd down for the Broncos.
You can tell that Taylor Heim is headed to Central Oklahoma just by these deep dropbacks. 12 yards he goes back. So much confidence in his arm, throwing backwards, back to the left side of the field.
2 minutes deep. Bethany has moved for their own 27 upfield on the 43-yard line. First down number 2. Now they are checking out of the play. And to the near side to Chad Marchino, the 6th-year offensive coordinator here at Bethany. They've had a lot of stability in their coaching ranks under John Arthur. They'll hand it straight ahead. Big running room for Gilliland. He's into the secondary, and Jaden is down to the 26-yard line, a gaping hole, and he was downfield 5 or 6 yards, Scott, before he was ever touched. Before they get him to the ground, it's a gain of 17.
For the Broncos, that's their first play right at the point of attack, a quick dive play right up the gut, keeping that speed of Jones at bay.
Jordan Strotter, who is the Y receiver, is deployed to the slot to the far side. 2 receivers both left and right. Now it's a read by Heim. He cuts up off left guard and is flipped down inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. But that's a quick 8 yards on first down. And if you can't do better than that defensively, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, it looks like Bethany went away from the slow developing plays to the quick hitters. 2 huge plays, 8 yards for Heim going left there. Tackle by Ryland Sanders.
On 4 first down plays, Bethany is averaging over 7 yards on first down. They've only gone to 3rd down once in this drive. They'll empty the backfield. Motion to man to the near side. The pocket holds. Now Heim is going to pull it down and run himself, and he slides down at the 8-yard line, and that will be enough to set up a 1st and goal to go for the Bethany Broncos.
Well, Heim had all kinds of choices to do that because the left tackle on the left side of the field, Parker Daniels, did a great job tying up the defensive tackle for Jones there. So Heim could just go off of Daniels. If he wanted to go left, he could have, but he went up the middle of the field.
1st and goal to go after a run of 10 on 2nd and 2 by Taylor Heim, who's done it with his arm and with his legs here with this opening drive. Heim with a single setback is going to keep it. Options right. Cuts inside, is hit at the 5-yard line, and then falls forward. He's going to be dropped at about the 3-yard line. So the line surge, a little bit of athleticism behind, picks up 5, and it's now 2nd down and goal to go.
Yeah, Parker Daniels is actually the left guard. That time he double-teamed the nose tackle, helping Heim again go up the middle.
8:15 in county to play, opening quarter. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, and the Squirtle crew with you from SNU Football Stadium in Bethany. Broncos a favorite tonight to beat the reloading Jones Longhorns. In there as a fullback now is Jack Gilliland. His brother Jaden, a twin brother, is in an I formation. They'll turn and hand it off to Jaden over left guard. He's hit and did not get there. In In fact, he's going to be shoved down as they ran him laterally. A good spot will give him about a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 from the 2.
Luke DeBusk, just a freshman. Nice job by DeBusk, just breaking up that play.
This is an extremely young Jones team, especially out there on the defensive side of the football. 3rd down, goal to go for Bethany from the 2-yard line. Only the second time of this opening drive, the Broncos, who started back at their own 27, have gone to 3rd down. Rylan Sanders checks in as the X-wide receiver to the far side, a 5'10", 150-pound senior. 7.5 minutes to play here in the opening period. Bethany is taking their time. Play clock is already down to 5. Now Heim will walk up behind the center Ben Saylor. He will turn and he will roll right. Trying to buy time, throws to the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. That's Baylor Tibbetts, the senior tight end, 6'1", 195 pounds. There was a little drag pattern, and Heim, with his athleticism and some blocking up front, able to buy time for Tibbetts to get free.
The timing on those rollout plays with Heim are untarnishable. Tibbetts, as you mentioned, a drag pattern. He goes up the middle of the field, finds the back of the end zone, just drags across. He doesn't go too early until Heim gets way out, almost to the numbers, wide open the right side of the end zone.
There is a flag down, so the points apparently are going to come off the board. And that was a late flag. It is against Bethany. They are retreating. The Broncos now are going to be scrimmaging from the 14-yard line. So it's more than likely a holding penalty. Again, I didn't see the indication for the referee. It would be a spot foul, and they've moved it back 14 yards. And again, now it's 3rd down and goal to go from the 14 after Heim has a 2-yard touchdown pass to Tibbetts, which would have been his first. Take it off the board. Heim to throw. Steps up. Guns it over the middle of the ball. Pulled down and caught at the goal line for the touchdown. That's Woods Harrell, and how about the arm by Taylor Heim? As Harrell was pretty well defended, Taylor threw it where only his receiver could make the catch.
Yeah, Harrell out-muscled the Jones defender there. That was Mason Ware. Ware was all over the receiver, and as you mentioned, Heim with a strong bullet pass. I think if Ware just could have turned his head, he might have broke up that pass.
Rylan Sanders is going to be in for the point after try. The hold will be coming from Cale Wetwiska, who split time in this game last year with Heim at quarterback. He is the backup. Both are seniors, and now a flag comes in from the back of the defense. Already Bethany has been penalized one time, and they're about to be penalized another time, as we see the white cap, and it is an illegal procedure call against Bethany. So the Broncos have been their own worst enemy here with this opening drive. They lead 6-0, but this point after try is going to be a little bit longer. It'll be the equivalent now of a 25-yard field goal. Rylan Sanders kicks into what breeze there is. Good snap, ball down, kick on the way. He's got the leg, and it is good just inside the left upright. We'll step away. 7:18 to go. First quarter from Bethany. The homestanding Broncos lead Jones 7-0 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractor.
Ruslan Calderon, a sophomore, 5'10", 130 pounds, will kick it away for Bethany. An 11-play, 73-yard scoring drive for the Broncos, and Heim threw 2 touchdowns. The first to Tibbetts, called back. The second, a 14-yard pass in which Woods Harrell just ripped it away from Jones defenders at the goal line. And Sanders' extra point is where we stand, 7-0.
How about the confidence that Taylor Heim had in Woods Harrell, because Mason Weir was almost inside his jersey. And as you mentioned, Harrell was so strong, just outfought the defender with the football, pulled it down just in the front of the end zone.
Calderon set to kick it away, deep to receive Braden Scott for Jones, and this is a decent kick. It's going to settle into Scott's arms at the 21-yard line. Running right, gets to the 25. Scott out across the 30, 35, down the boundary. Scott still going, and he stumbles across the 40 and is down near the 43-yard line. So a very good kick return by Braden Scott. And now let's see what Clayton Creasy, set to make his first varsity start of the night, the season, can do with good starting field position. But let's pump the brakes. There is a yellow hanky rushed it across the way at the 35.
And again, that flag comes down at a late time.
Holding the call against Jones. They'll mark it off from the 35 where the infraction occurred. So it'll be, instead of about the 43-yard line, they're going to lose about 18 yards, Scott, in field position and start at the 25.
And that was a beautiful kick return by Braden Scott. The ball was like a pooch kick again, kind of short, high, just to the right side of the field. Scott was on the opposite side, runs all the way left to go grab it, and then gets his momentum and kicks around the right end.
Here we go. Creasy takes his first snap, throws it out left, and Scott makes the catch, cuts inside 35, has a first down, and Scott is thrown down at the 42-yard line, a gain of 17 on a very simple play.
Well, it's a very aggressive play. They're in the hurry-up offense. That has Ted Durrell's name all over it as the offensive coordinator. He likes to do these positive, quick passes and to move the ball down the field.
5:05 gone here in the first quarter. 7-0 Bethany. Jones won deferred. They had the offensive football for the first time tonight and gained 17 on first down. They'll hand it off and nowhere to go for Chase Pitts, the sophomore, who's dropped at the line and behind for a 2-yard loss to the 40.
That was Jaden Gilliland that got the tackle, but it was Charlie Toll that got in there early to stuff that play to force the running back out to the left side.
Gilliland is a good one, both offensively and defensively. Jaden last year with 39 tackles as a junior. Loss of 2 brings up second down and 12 at the 40-yard line for Jones. 7-0 Bethany as you see the score. They fake the handoff. They'll throw it out left. The ball was caught that time, and Trip Elrick is able to weave his way back across the 40 to the 44, a gain of 4. So he gets 2 lost to the previous play back, plus 2 more, and it's third down at 8. Jones.
2 receivers wide near the numbers on the left side. Braden Scott on the inside. Ellerick on the outside comes back. Scott is actually blocking while the throw is in the air to try to get Ellerick free.
Single setback is Chase Pitts. 2 receivers left and right. Creasy to throw, has a receiver. Scott his favorite target early, and he tiptoes the sideline and pulls it in for a first down for Jones to the Bethany 46.
Tell you, Braden Scott, only a junior. Bethany's respecting his speed. They saw that right off the get-go on that kick return and laying off of Scott a little bit, and he cut that off.
Braden Scott, 5'9", 140 pounds, and a junior, gets 10 on 3rd and 8. First third down conversion of the young ball game for the Longhorns. They're trying to get this game tied. Handoff to Pitts in the backfield. He's in trouble, and he runs right into Woods Harrell, who has the touchdown catch, and Harrell runs him backwards for a loss of 3 back to the 49.
How about textbook contain? Woods Harrell on the right end, right defensive end, way out, pushes out. Nobody's getting around him on that side of the football.
7-0 Bethany. So again, a loss of 2 on the previous first down play. This one goes for 3, and it's second down and long. Clayton Creasy taking over for the departed Carson May, who's at Iowa this season. Now Creasy feels the pressure, rolls right, dumps it off across the middle, caught short of the first down. Mason Wire makes the catch, and he will gain 8 to the 41. It's going to bring up third down at about 5 for Jones.
Great scrambling by Creasy and a nice little route there by Wire. He's seeing that his quarterback's in trouble. He comes back, just sits down there in the zone, for a little 4-yard gain.
Mason last year, 31 catches, 3 of those for scores, a net of 226 receiving. They have 3 receivers to the short side. Scott is wide to the near side. Now Wire moves to the near side. Creasy to throw, looking left. He has his target again. It's Mason Wire who makes the catch following down to the 25-yard line. So 16 more, and Clayton Creasy looks like a seasoned veteran out there against this attacking Bethany defense.
Because that was a timing player. Mason Wire was doing a timing play, doing a flag to the left side. He was falling away. The defender had his back turned, and perfect timing by the quarterback to the receiver.
A gain of 16, so they have 26 yards combined on 2 third-down conversions. 2 receivers left and right, and there was some movement. It looked like Ryan Sheffield, the 5'10", 240-pound sophomore out there at left tackle, may have moved prematurely. Sheffield is one of 2 underclassmen on the offensive line. The other is lined up next to him, Jack Mendoza at left guard. Boy, he's a big one for a freshman, 6 foot, 230 pounds. Longhorns tackle-to-tackle average, 248 per man. So it will be first down and 15. And, Scott, we talked about Bethany winning the battle on first down. Jones is driving despite the fact they have gone backwards on first downs.
When you're young like this, you've got to be aggressive. Those little short passes working for Jones, moving the ball up the field.
They throw a screen outright, and Mason Templeton was the intended target. That ball sailed well out of the reach of the 5'10" Templeton. So now it will bring up second down and 15. So it's official now. 10 yards lost on 3 first-down snaps by Jones on this drive.
Wow. And Templeton, he wasn't going to climb the ladder to catch that football. Looking straight into the sun. He's looking straight west down the 30-yard line, and he's just like, oh, I just can't hardly see that.
Clock stops with 3:46 to play. Bethany showing blitz. They back away. Creasy drops. He's going to throw it deep over the middle for Scott, and he makes the adjustment for the touchdown.
Wow, Bethany's going to have to either go man-to-man or have somebody double-team Brayton Scott. All Brayton Scott did does a fake skinny post and then cuts back toward the flag, and a perfect pass for the TD.
What an impressive first drive for first-year head coach Kevin Witt and the Jones Longhorns. A point after away from matching Bethany with opening 7s on their first drives of the contest. 3:40 to play here in the first period. Boy, Creasy looked really good on second and third down and longs on that drive.
And how about the youth of the Jones Longhorns? That last touchdown pass took a lot of time to help Creasy, and like you said, a strong throw to Brayton Scott.
They'll go for 2, and the try for 2 is no good. Creighton Jones was tackled to the far back quarter of the end zone, but the ball was deemed uncatchable, so the try for 2 fails and will step away. 7-6 Broncos. 3:40 to play here with the first quarter from Bethany on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, Caden LaFortune producing our broadcast here from the SNU football stadium. Each team with an offensive touch, each team with 6 points. Difference a failed conversion try for 2 for Jones, 7-6 Bethany. That scoring drive for the Longhorns, 9 plays and 75 yards. A lot of Creasy to Scott, including the last 30 for the touchdown. Hernandez to kick it away again. It's a deeper kick to the far side, and it's going to be fielded and then out of bounds. Not a great decision that time by Alex Strotter. Let that ball hit and go out of bounds. Instead now, you'll start this drive at your own 13.
Yeah, last time it wasn't Strotter to catch the ball. It was the up man in front of him. Almost the same scenario, Ty, where he could have let that ball either go out of bounds or catch it, and he fumbled it, and there was a scrum for the football. So Bethany could be down in this contest. They've gotten some breaks here.
Yeah, you're right, including recovering that muffed kickoff to start the ball game, which would have given Jones possession inside the Bronco 30-yard line, but they then went 11 plays, 73 yards, overcame a couple of penalties of their own to the Broncos to get it in for 6 on the Heim touchdown pass. Incidentally, for Taylor, that is his 16th touchdown pass dating back to the start of his junior year. Gilliland is the single setback, offset to the right. Twins to the near side, receiver to the far side. They'll motion him that way. On the jet sweep, they'll hand it off to Sanders. He is hemmed in, spins, now dragging a defender with him and gets all the way up to the 21-yard line. That play looked like it was going to go for very little, and that was all Ryland Sanders with his first carry.
Well, Sanders was the beneficiary of an outstanding block by Wyatt Geisler. Wyatt Geisler was lined up on the right side. He comes back, gets some of the pursuit with a pancake block to allow for that gain.
Second longest run of the night for Bethany. Taylor Heim has the longest of the first touchdown drive of the night. Last year, the Broncos averaged more than 5 yards per carry rushing. They'll hand it off this time to Gilliland, left side, and he cracks across the 24 and stretches to the 25 as he took on a Longhorn defender mano a mano, and that was Mason Cruz that helped Gilliland up off the turf.
Well, Bethany has proven these quick hitters, they like to do the long developing plays, but the quick hitters have been very successful today.
Late first quarter, 1 to 3 minutes to play here from SNU Football Stadium. A Week 0 matchup here on Squirtle. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with another game of the week. That a 8-man Northwest Oklahoma showdown between Shattuck and Pioneer Pleasantville. 1st and 10 for Bethany. That is their 6th first down already here with this first quarter. They've gained 12 with this drive at 2 snaps. Back to the ground game. Gilliland, this time he's hemmed in and he's going to be dropped at the 22-yard line. They'll give him forward progress. Cruz was there along with Cameron Estrada. Estrada last year did a lot of that. Tackles for loss, he had 10, and is the leading defender in that category returning here in 2022.
Yeah, you talk about Mason Cruz. That's one of the few seniors out there with this youthful Longhorn football team.
First loss on first down tonight for the Bethany offense. 1:51 to play here in the first quarter. 2nd and 13. Jones with a 3-man defensive front showing a little bit of pressure off the edge. Pump fake. Heim now is going to throw near side, and the ball is caught. And that is a first down completion, and that's Heim from Cale Wetwiska, who's out there at quarterback. And Wetwiska that time beat the corner Spencer Davis, and Wetwiska was able to lay it in perfectly for a huge gain to the Jones 40.
Now, all the cornerback has to do is turn his head, could break up that pass. Good coverage. Heim, great job just waiting for the football, pulls it down. He can catch it, he can throw it.
All right, that's a second reception for Heim in 2 years. One for 44, that one for 38. The other for 44 went for a touchdown as a junior. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. So Cale Wetwiska is out there with a second drive. Gilliland is the single setback. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Now Jack moves to the far side. The snap is low, and it is picked up off the turf. Here comes the pressure, and it's knocked down as they were trying to set a screen out left, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, that play was broken from the get-go. Bad snap down on the ground. The quarterback's got to reach left, pick it up. 3 Longhorns coming in. When Walitska was dropping that pass off, that was almost intercepted by James Clark. He got his right hand on that football.
Longhorns picked runner-up to Crossings Christian of the preseason 2A 2 district poll. Bethany was the number 2 pick in 4A District 2 behind defending state runner-up Tuttle. Tigers looked impressive until running into the buzzsaw that was Clinton in the state championship game last December. 2nd and 10 to the 40. Here comes the pressure again. An empty backfield. They sling it over the middle. The ball's juggled and caught. Jordan Strother running left. He's tackled to the 34, so he'll get just 6. And that was a really good play by the secondary defender coming up to save what would have been a first down catch. That was Creighton Jones on the tackle.
Yeah, because that crossing pattern, the receiver gets a lot of momentum coming across the middle of the field, but good defense, staying with that, grabbing the ankles, stopping the runner.
3rd down and 4. The line of scrimmage is at the 34-yard line, so they were managed to get 6. And now both Jaden and Jack Gilliland are in the backfield. A split to each side of Cale Wetwiska. Wetwiska last year threw for 264 yards on 27 completions. He'll sling it out right for Gilliland. Had a block, but they're going to blow the play dead. There may have been some movement up front against Bethany. It is a dead ball, illegal procedure call. So now it's 3rd down and 9, and the line of scrimmage back outside the Longhorn 40.
pretty nice sized crowd here tonight. The north ends on the berm of the end zones filled with the youthful fans.
This is the second biggest rivalry in terms of games played on Bethany's schedule. They've only played Kingfisher more times than they have Jones. This will be meeting number 33. 16-15-1 Bethany all time. The Broncos won by a 27-14 score last year in Jones. Jones won the meeting in 2019. So it's 3rd down and 9. Broncos will empty the backfield. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd. Here comes the delayed blitz. They swing it over the middle. It's juggled and caught by Jordan Strother. Turns upfield. He has the first down at the 30-yard line. Boy, that is frustrating for the Longhorn coaches. They had some pressure. They were able to set the screen up over the middle. Wet Whiska dumps it over, and it's a 10-yard gain on 3rd and 9.
It was a great play. These receivers, Todd, for Bethany, do a great job. They know the timing with the quarterbacks, both Hyman and Watiska, and they wait at the right time, and they just find the right spot. Perfect timing in the passing game.
Under a minute, in fact, 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Bethany has overcome 3rd down and 9 on this drive. They're 3 for 3 on 3rd downs. Jaden Gilliland, the lone setback. They have 3 receivers to the near side. The lone receiver is Colton Calderon, who had a catch on the first drive of the evening for the Broncos. They'll snap the ball with 19 seconds to play in the first quarter. They give it straight ahead to Jaden Gilliland, and nothing doing. He gets to the 30 and then is pushed back for no gain.
Cameron Estrada, great job for Jones, fighting off the block and then just swallowing up the running back.
Estrada weighs 280 pounds. He is a man-child out there on that defensive front. 6'3", and a senior, had 56 tackles last year, and his tackle here tonight will end the first quarter. We played 12 minutes from SNU and Bethany. Broncos lead the Longhorns 7-6 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
20 of the 29 snaps in the first 12 minutes belong to Bethany, yet it's a 1-point lead for the Broncos as we switch into the field. 7-6, Bethany at the end of 1. Here, the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week. Out of the gun is Cole Wetwiska. He's orchestrated this drive that started back at the 13. He fakes the handoff, now keep it on a dive, and manages to get 3 down to the 27. It's going to bring up 3rd down and fairly long again. And this is the second time the Broncos on this drive have faced 3rd and yardage of 7 or more.
And that was Cameron Estrada, back-to-back plays, slowing down the quarterback on the run up the middle.
Half a minute gone here in the second period. Week 0 action. Scott, you know, that's an advantage to Bethany when you lose one scrimmage and you lose one extra week of practice when you play in week 0, especially for a young team like Jones. Play action pass. Wiska looking deep left for Gillen. The ball is up for grabs and it's incomplete. And it is knocked away by Nick Norris, the junior linebacker who was right there step for step with Jaden.
And what did Nick Norris do that some of the defenders hadn't been doing? He turned his head. Thank you very much. Turned his head, broke that pass up. Actually could have got a deep offensive pass interference penalty. Norris in perfect position as the receiver went through his back to try to catch that ball.
4th down and 7. The Longhorns will keep the offense out there on the field. Baylor Tibbetts, who had a touchdown catch wiped away by a penalty on the first drive, comes out. They'll bring an extra receiver. That extra receiver is Taylor Hine. Heim is split wide to the far side. He's locked up with Braden Scott, man for man on the far side of the field. Tied in left, two receivers this way. Here comes the pressure. They get a block. Rolling right is Wetwiska throwing to the end zone for Heim, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Wow.
Boy, he just bullied Braden Scott and got inside position to catch the touchdown pass of 27 yards.
That's Heim, who was the quarterback on the initial series for the Broncos. That was all Heim again, this time on the post, like a basketball player, blocking out the defender. The ball is underthrown, just keeps on blocking out the defender, and then says, this is my touchdown.
Goodness gracious, how blessed is John Arthur and his offensive staff. I mean, you've got two really good quarterbacks, and your starter can go out and be a real problem out of the perimeter with Wetwiska, who has a lot of confidence, obviously hook it up with him for scores. Here is the extra point, and it is good by Ryland Saunders, and it's 14-6. Bethany will step aside with aces wild. 1:11 to play, or 11:11 to play here in the first half on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
11 plays, 87 yards. The drive took up the final 3:40 and the first 49 seconds here of the second quarter. Wetwiska with completions of 38 and the touchdown pass of 27 to the guy he backs up at quarterback Taylor Hine. Here is the kick. It's a short end over end kick to the near side, backpedaling and hauling it in and bringing it out to the 25, down the boundary to the 30. It's punched out, and Bethany has recovered the fumble just inside the 40-yard line. It was Connor Clark on the return, and the ball was just poked out of his hands as he had a seam up the near side boundary. And Bethany has come up with the first turnover of the night, and they will start at the Jones 39-yard line.
Boy, Bethany getting that momentum back after Jones answered with the TD. This is going to be hard on a young team. Losing that football after that great play by Taylor Heim, screening off the defender, catching that touchdown pass.
Boy, that's the way the game works sometimes. Jones thought they had recovered one on the opposite side of the field. Scott at the opening kickoff didn't get it, and now a punch-out results in the first turnover of the night, and Bethany, already with a score lead, will start with a short field.
It's really pretty amazing. The offense does not look like the beginning of the season. They look like in midseason form. The timing on these timing patterns are perfect, but then here on the kickoff teams, that's less to be desired.
Well, that was my point earlier. You could afford a week less of practice and one less scrimmage when you have everybody back, and they have most of their weapons back. Back out there at quarterback is Taylor Heim. Fakes the handoff, stands tall. Now he's going to tuck it and run. A flag is down. This run is coming back. 30, 25 to the 20, and he's down and rolled out of bounds on the far side boundary at the 14-yard line. But the flag was thrown as he started to scramble, and indeed will be a hold. You can see your screen there against the Broncos, and I think they're going to call it on Christian Sickler, the junior right tackle.
Boy, Taylor Heim, even though that ball is coming back, he just has explosiveness. He can catch, he can run, he can throw, just doing it all.
This has been a really well-played game from a Bethany standpoint already, leading 14-6 with the exception of the penalties. But the Broncos and their veteran offense has been able to overcome those here against 2A Jones.
Well, the offense, we talked about the special teams being off, but both offensive Passing for Jones and for Bethany, both quarterbacks that they're interchanging every other series. The timing is impeccable. It's outstanding.
It's a 12-yard penalty. Line of scrimmage moves back to Bethany's into the field of the 49, first and 22. Heim with Gillen in the setback. Has some trouble with the snap, rolling right, standing tall, buying time, throws across the way, caught short of the first down, and that was a good catch made, I believe, by Alex Strotter, and he really paid the price for that reception.
Yeah, Isaiah Sawyer was right there. Right on Trotter, and then just hit him right in the chops, knocked him down for, it's going to be 2nd and 12 now for Bethany.
He managed to get 10 on 1st and 22. So, again, a comfortable possession and field position to work with on the plus side of the 50. 2nd and 10 to the 41-yard line. Clock is stopped again. The receiver was hit out of bounds with 10:53 to play in the first half. 14-6, Bethany. They'll motion a man to the near side of the formation, Wyatt Geisler. Now it's a keeper straight ahead for Heim. Heim to the 35, and he's dump trucked down at the 32-yard line. A pretty good open field tackle that time by Wire, and still almost 8 yards for Taylor Heim.
Abel Salcedo with a great kick-out block. Heim just, again, they're patient with finding their holes. Waits till Salcedo kicks out the Jones player and then runs up the seam.
3rd down, a long 2 for Bethany with 10:10 to play here in the opening half. It is 14-6 Broncos. Little almost encroachment on the left side of the line of scrimmage by Cruz Cranford, I believe, the defensive end on that side of the line of scrimmage. Heim taking his time. Very composed, getting the play called. He'll snap it with 4. Heim is going to keep it, running left, cuts right, has a first down, and he is rolled down at the 36-yard line. He is so difficult to stop on short yardage situations if he's able to get those shoulders squared up.
Outstanding play call by the Broncos staff. You have Heim as such a passing threat, so you got to lay off the receivers a little bit. You have the option going left. Heim is just reading the defense. If it comes on me, I'm pitching it left. If not, I just go up and get the first down, and Jones was caught between a rock and a hard place.
I would call this Bethany team a dark horse in Class 4A. Now, whether they can win it or not, I don't know. I know this. They're plenty capable of making a deep run, though, with all the experience they have coming back. Of course, it's early. You have to stay healthy. Wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back set is Gilliland. From the 26, they'll hand it off to Jaden. Correction, that's not Jaden, but instead that is Landry Locklear, and he will get to the 24-yard line, a gain of just 2.
Nice tackle by Luke DeBusk coming in there from his linebacker position. Again, just a freshman. He's been very active in the linebacking course for the Horns.
Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Good crowd here on opening night. It is week 0. Both of these teams will have an in-season bye week after opening a week before the official start of the regular season. How about Bixby last night in their 6A Division I opener as they walloped Owasso 49-14. Back to throw was Heim. Pump fakes, pulls it down. Heim, time, throws on the run. It's tipped and incomplete. And Luke DeBusk, who has played anything but like a freshman, Scott, was the one that tipped the ball.
Yeah, he got that left hand out there. Heim might have been staring down the receiver a little bit too much, but nobody open. Good defense by Jones.
Bixby, my pick to win 6A1, has now won 50 in a row. They trailed that game at one point 14-13 before rolling past the Owasso Rams and Bill Blankenship at Chapman Stadium on the Tulsa campus. 3rd down at 8 at the 24-yard line for the Broncos. Speaking of Tulsa, Broncos had a really good player, Chris Chamberlain, that was an all-stater here back in the early 2000s that went on to play for the Golden Hurricane and also played in the National Football League. In fact, Chamberlain was part of their 2003 state championship team here at Bethany. 3rd down at 8 at the 24. Heim pump fakes, backpedaling, looking, throwing left. Ball is incomplete. He threw it a little too high. He was looking for Woods Harrell, and on the coverage was Wire.
I think even if Harrell could have climbed the ladder and caught that, the side judge threw his hat that Harrell stepped out of bounds and then came back. So that wouldn't have counted anyway.
So it's 4th down and 8. And this will be the first 4th down try if they elect to do that, although it looks like Ruslan Calderon is going to be out and is going to be asked to try to convert a 42-yard field goal. Wes Wisco will hold it. All this taking place at the north end. So a 42-yard try by the sophomore right-footed kicker, Ruslan Calderon. Snap back, ball down. It was a little low. It's handled well, and this kick is well short. So the Jones defense does indeed stiffen, and they force a missed 42-yard field goal as Jones now will take over down just 8.
Kelwit Wiska might have handled that ball, but I don't think he got it set right in the spot where Calderon wanted to kick that ball. It just seemed like a knuckler. Just everything was out of sync from the beginning.
So first down and 10, back at the 20-yard line. There you see why it's a good decision to go for a 42-yarder. I mean, this isn't a situation where the ball would be at the line of scrimmage where the field goal or the ball was spotted at the 32. It goes back to the 20.
Yeah, I was watching Calderon in pregame warm-ups and the kicks, and he was kicking easily 25-yard field goals, and the extra point attempts he was practicing were high up the upright. So I know that Bethany has confidence in his kicking ability.
8:33 to go, first quarter. Here comes Clayton Creasy and company. Creasy to throw. Throws left and threw it behind Scott. A very dangerous miss. As lurking in the vicinity that time was Rylan Sanders. And that ball not deflected off of Scott's fingertips. That could have been a pick six for Rylan.
And Creasy had Scott. Scott, he just like we talk about the patience of the receivers on their breaks and the quarterback hitting them, Creasy pump faked with the shoulder, moved the defense, and then on the left sideline, Scott cuts in, but he threw it so far behind Scott, as you mentioned, almost an interception.
Will Strawn, a junior, 245, a late substitution out there with nose guard. Creasy gets the snap, and there may have been movement before the snap. They blow the play dead.
Well, they're on the right guard for Jones. Quinn Keast, he was standing upright. He wasn't even in a 3-point or a 4-point stance, and he was adjusting his chin strap, and the back judge blew the play dead.
I'm not certain they had the ball ready for play. They've reset it at the 20-yard line, so it's second down and 10 with just under 8.5 minutes to play here in the first half from SNU Football Stadium in Bethany. Week 0, week 1 of our high school package. Game of the week presented by High Plains Insurance. Screen left this time for Wire, and he is in trouble as he gets to the 21-yard line. Boy, they collapsed on him quickly. Woods Harrell was there. Devontae Melton was right there as well.
Yeah, Woods Harrell was taking credit for that pop. At least he was verbally kind of yelling over there at the Jones sideline.
Jones lucky to get a yard out of that play. They'll go out of a pistol formation now on third down and 9. Creasy to throw. Throws left, and the ball is caught on a leaping catch by Braden Scott. That ball looked like it was headed for the sideline, and Braden Scott used every bit of his 5'9" frame and some to leap up in the air, climb the ladder, and haul it in for a big third down conversion.
What a clutch catch by Scott. And then Creasy the whole time is looking Scott's way. Scott's the only receiver split left outside the numbers, right up the left sideline. Broncos know it's going to him. Doesn't matter.
How about the route? Braden knew exactly where the first down marker was. Hand off to Pitts, and he continues to have a tough night on the ground. He spun down for -2 back to the 28-yard line. Boy, the going has been tough between the tackles against this Bethany defense in the first half.
Yeah, it is. But that quick passing game, and give credit, this youthful Jones Longhorn offensive line is actually holding the pass rushers of Bethany out where Creasy can hit a guy like Braden Scott.
Second down, 13 at the 28-yard line with 7:17 to play here in the first half. Todd Miller, Scott Wallish with you on Squirtle in the High Plains Insurance Game of the Week. Creasy fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure off the edge. Creasy running away from it. A flag is down. Creasy is down as he angles left out of bounds near the 35-yard line. And where they threw it, you would think it's probably an illegal block or a hold against Jones.
Well, Will Strawn, the defensive lineman for Bethany, was on the ground right where that flag was thrown.
Bethany is saying back it up, back it up. If they were to take the play, it would be third down and 8. He was well short of the first down marker. Instead, if they back him up, it is a personal foul against Jones, and they will take the 15-yard penalty. That'll bring up second down and 28 as the ball will come to a rest inside the 15-yard line.
I think Will Strawn got chop blocked there because there's two Jones players there, one hitting him up top, one below, and Strawn by himself, strung out on the turf.
Line of scrimmage is at the 14-yard line. So it is second down and from here to War Acres for the first down. Pistol formation, Creasy fakes the pitch, rolls right, in trouble, being pursued by 3 Broncos, throws near side, and it's incomplete. Good effort that time by Creighton Jones to try to come back and help his quarterback out. Got his hands underneath the football, but then couldn't complete the catch.
And Clayton Creasy was chased by 3 defenders, got loose, scrambled right just to get some time to get something on it. Almost completed that pass for maybe 12 or 14 yards.
One of the things you notice about Bethany, whether you look at them on film or read articles about them, is they're quick on defense. And you've seen that quickness all over the field, Scott, on the defensive side of the football. Third down and 28. Back to throw is Creasy. Here comes the pressure. He steps up, throws, and he almost had it intercepted. He threw it right at Jaden Gilliland, and it hit Jaden, who didn't expect the pass, and it flutters incomplete.
Good thing Creasy had some mustard on that one, or Gilliland would have had, as you said, he wasn't expecting it. Gilliland doing a good job just playing center field in the middle of the field, and when Creasy let go of that bullet, just went right through the hands.
Fourth down and 28, back at the 14-yard line. Clock stops and reads 7:01 to play in the first half. Bethany still by just a touchdown, plus a 2-point conversion at 14-6. Now the Broncos late to bring in Colton Calderon, as they only had 10 players out there. And here's a high snap over the punter's head. It's off of his hands and through the back of the end zone. So that'll be a safety.
Boy, this special teams is really hurting the Jones Longhorns. Snap for a 2-point safety, making the score 16-6 in favor of Bethany, because Jones is really showing promise with the quarterback Creasy, with Braden Scott on offense, the quick passing games, but the special teams are just not in sync.
We'll step aside, 16-6, 7 minutes to play first half. Bethany leads Jones on Squirtle.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
With the safety, Jones has the option to punt or place the ball on a tee. They will do the latter as Joel Hernandez will kick it off for the 20-yard line. Now 16-6 Bethany as we welcome you back here to SNU Football Stadium. The sun setting behind us here on this football Friday night on Squirtle. Here is a squib kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 36-yard line and then tackled immediately. Jackson Dull. Good hands on the upper portion of the kickoff return team, and already 16-6 Bethany with a lot of momentum. Now we'll have another short field to work with.
Boy, Jones is right there. This is so big to stop Bethany here, because with the turnover on the fumble by Jones and then the safety over the back, this short kick, only a 36-yard field for Bethany. Jones has got to do something to keep this momentum from rolling.
The Horns did on the last possession after Jones started officially in, or Bethany started in Jones territory. They forced him into a miss of 42 yards on the field goal. Wetwiska is the quarterback. Heim is one-on-one with Braden Scott to the near side. They'll hand it off to Gilliland, breaking a tackle, 34-30, down to the 25, running backwards. And finally, able to get him to the ground was Mason Wire, but a first down run to the 23, so give him 13.
Well, we got a flag down. This might be a personal foul. Jack Gilliland's helmet came off for some reason. He had to go to the sideline for that reason.
Well, we'll look at the white cap. Bethany, again, has been their own worst enemy here in this first half. Bethany, after this one, will play their next 4 games away from SNU Stadium. That includes a 5-week span, factoring in their September the 16th bye week. Their next home game will not be until Classen comes into town in late September.
I think this might be a face mask. When Gilliland lost his helmet, was just ripped off. I think this could be a personal foul. As you mentioned, the white hat, he's writing notes down, so let's see what the call is.
Well, we can't hear. The windows are closed. They're offsetting personal fouls, so that's why the football is back at its original line of scrimmage of the 36. I was going to say it couldn't have been against Jones, or they would have marked it off from the end of the play. Well, that's why they didn't mark it off from the end of the play. There were offsetting fouls.
Just had a little scrum in the backfield there with one Bethany Bronco losing his helmet.
So we'll start all over again from the original point of this drive at the 36 in Jones territory. First down and 10. Watch Heim on the left side. They have a tight end, Baylor Tibbetts. He has his hand in the ground on the left side of the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers wide right with Gilliland in the backfield. Heim will motion from left to right of the formation. There's movement again. And this will cost the Broncos 5 more yards. So a very sloppy start to this drive that started after a short kickoff from Joel Hernandez on the free kick following the safety.
Here I'm bragging about the execution, the timing that Bethany has, and now they're having these
early season games. Those are things, though, you have to clean up as the season goes along. 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. 3-man front, low snap. Wetwiska handles it, throw in left for Heim. Heim against Scott. The ball's tipped, juggled, almost caught, and then tipped and hit the helmet of Scott and flutters incomplete.
I'll tell
you know what? Scott's lucky he never turned around.
He never did. He faced, as a matter of fact, I was going to say that, Todd. I was waiting for you to finish. Braden Scott had his face mask in the face mask of Taylor Heim. Never turned around, as you mentioned. The side judge just lets it go away as an incomplete.
So to bring up 3rd down and 10 to the 36-yard line. Taylor Heim is coming off the field, and I don't think he's real happy about the fact he didn't draw a flag there. There was clear looked like a foul from up here against Braden Scott. 2 receivers left and right. It's a 0 look now for Cale Wetwiska. He drops to the 44-yard line. Now he's going to run. He has some room, and a good open field tackle tackles him at the 33-yard line, and he was just knocked off his feet that time by Cameron Estrada, who really moves well, one dog, for a 280-pound player.
Yeah, Estrada moves well. He was on the tail end of the play, but the point of attack was actually Jacoby Wolf with that open field tackle.
The gain goes to the 32, so he picks up 4. It is now 4th down and 6, and it looks like that Bethany has the punt team out there as Calderon is out there at the 40-yard line. So they'll try to play field position football and pin the Longhorns deep again. Good snap back. Calderon with a pooch kick, and it's partially tipped. It flutters into the air at the 30, rolls, and it's going to be touched at the 27-yard line. That ball was partially tipped, it looked like, and it may have been Nick Norris that got a little bit of a paw on it.
It was Nick Norris getting in there. Little hesitation, a little quick, kind of a fake punt, then a quick kick, and it just didn't work out for the Broncos at all.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that was just a flawed possession followed by a missed opportunity to play field position, and now all of a sudden Bethany leads just 16-6, and Jones, instead of likely starting inside their own 10, will start beyond their 25.
And the momentum is saved these youthful Longhorns for a chance to get back here in this game.
Jones will put the quarterback under center. Everybody in tight. They will sweep wide right, as that is Chase Pitts, and Pitts takes a big hit. Holy cow, was that Taylor Heim that hit him? I think it was, and he knocks him out of bounds just shy of the 32.
And that was a very unusual formation by the Longhorns. Like you said, everybody in tight. It looked like almost all 10 guys were on the line of scrimmage. You have to have at least 4 players in the backfield.
How about your quarterback coming up from safety and putting a licking on the other team's ball carrier? Back to throw on second down is Creasy. Throws it out left. The ball is caught for a first down. And more as the ball advances to the 45-yard line on Wire's first down catch.
Mason Wire was wide open. No Bethany Bronco went with him. All Wire did was just go out in the left flat, turn around, just an easy reception.
14 yards, about as easy as it'll get on second down. So Jones now up to the 45-yard line. Wire, this time they'll hand it to him on the ground as he cuts inside right and is tackled to the 48-yard line of the Longhorns. So a gain of 3.
It's a good thing that Wire did cut in, or he would have been tackled for a loss. Nice move with the Broncos in the backfield to turn upfield.
Getting late. We're approaching 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 16-6 Bethany. They have a Heim touchdown pass and a Heim touchdown catch, and Creasy has a 30-yard touchdown pass for Jones, throwing into safety as well. And there's an interception. Threw it right to Gillen. He'll return it from midfield, and he's inside Longhorn territory at the 41-yard line. Creasy has gotten by with that a couple of times tonight, Scott. He did not right there as he threw it right to Gilland, who had an easy interception.
Yeah, Creasy is very confident. He's got a strong arm, making great passes. But sometimes when you get overconfident like that, you stare down the receiver. And what did Jack Gilliland do? He was reading the eyes of Creasy, steps in front of the football for the easy pick.
And now they'll start at the Jones 41-yard line. So the Longhorn defense is just barely hanging on, trying their best to keep their team in this ball game. After now the second turnover of the half for Jones. 3:48 to play before intermission. And let's see, I believe it's Wetwiska it is that is the quarterback.
Well, the Horns gave him a 36-yard field last time. This is a 41-yard field, so maybe they can stop him again.
Gilliland in the backfield. They'll option this way with Wetwiska. Gets out of a jersey tackle, turns inside, and down he goes at the 39-yard line. Mason Cruz was there for the Jones defense.
Slow developing play, but here's an interesting Braden Scott, a great receiver for Jones. They're going to flip-flop the corner. He was on the left corner. He's going to be the right corner to line up with Taylor Heim here on the far left. So you got a great receiver against a great receiver defending each other.
3:12 and counting to play here in the first half from SNU Football Stadium. A 3-yard carry brings up second down at 8 in Longhorn territory at the 39. Again, it's Gilliland, and going straight ahead, he's hit at the 38-yard line. He coughed the football up, and Jones has come up with it. The Longhorns have come up with the first turnover force this season, and how about Kevin Witt's defense here on opening night?
Oh, that is huge because Bethany's wanting to put this game away, but somehow this youthful Jones defense comes up with a play to stop the Broncos every time on these very short football fields.
This is the third straight possession one, Dog. Bethany started in Jones into the field, and they have 0 points, including a missed field goal. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line with 3:03 to play here in the first half. Jones wants to get something going into the halftime locker room. You don't want to give it back. Quick throw out left. Scott at the 43, down the numbers, 45, 50, and he dances his way out of bounds at the 48-yard line in Bethany territory. That'll be enough for a first down, and he stops the clock.
What a perfectly designed play by the Jones offense. You have 2 receivers split out left. Braden Scott goes out for the screen while Mason Weir goes out to block to make the first down.
Scott, his third catch of the ball game. He has 1 for 30, the only touchdown. Gets 14 there. Back to throw. Creasy throws left of the ball, batted down, incomplete. And doing a good job closing was Ryland Sanders. He jumped the route that time, and all he could do was knock it away from Scott.
And Woods Harrell was the short coverage guy in the flat. He almost got a hand on that ball, too. When you go to the well a little too many times, Bethany's going to come over there and card Scott.
Second down and 10. Bethany Jones in Bethany territory at the 48. Throw out right. Ball was a low throw and is caught by Trip Elrick, and he has very little running room with which to work. He's dropped immediately at the 44, so it's 3rd down and 6 after a catch of 4.
Good coverage by Heim and Evanson Malaska as well. Double team for the quick tackle.
2.5 minutes in county to play. Tick, 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 tick. 16-6 our score. Jones again in Bethany territory after forcing a Bronco turnover, the first of the season for Bethany. Motion man is Elrick. He had the catch of the last possession. Back to throw again is Creasy. Now he's going to take it and run. Creasy dives down and has a first down at the 37-yard line. That was a great read, better decision by Clayton Creasy. He took what the defense would give him.
Exactly, Todd. Where do you think Clayton Creasy was looking with that football? It was number 8, Braden Scott, going left up the left sideline, cutting in. Double coverage, like you said, great decision, pulled the ball down for the first.
I think last year, buddy, when we were doing Jones at Crossings Christian, we may have seen Carson May do that a couple of times, you think?
Oh, yeah, big arm for him as well.
3rd down and 6 at the 44-yard line. Motion man is Weiler. Now he moves back to the far side. They threw it out left for Scott. He juggles it, makes the catch, has the first down, cuts right at the 25, is stood up at the 24. The ball may have come out. A flag comes in at the end of the play. Bethany is saying they have recovered a Scott fumble, but no indication yet from the striped shirts. How many times, if he did indeed cough it up, Scott, have you seen that a player just trying hard for extra yardage has the ball poked out or stripped away?
Well, Braden Scott has an explosive first step, so he catches the ball on the sideline, juggles it, brings it to his chest, and then angles in very hard for like an extra 6 yards.
The penalty is going to be against Bethany, so we never did see whether or not there was a fumble recovered. The possession will stay with Jones. I don't think Bethany did recover the ball, but the penalty again is against the Broncos, so Jones will retain possession. They will be inside the red zone now. It's a personal foul face mask against Bethany.
I guess that's why the fumble, but the side judge did throw his beanbag at the 22-yard line, so the ball was loose. I guess maybe Scott got back on it.
Well, they'll tack on penalty yardage, and that will put the ball inside the red zone. It's going to come to a rest now at the 11-yard line. So with the catch and run and the personal foul, it turns into a 26-yard gain for Jones. And we'll get a timeout with 1:45 to play here in the first half as the Longhorns are marching. 16-6 Bethany. This is the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Welcome back here to SNU Football Field in Bethany, a football Friday night. Boy, partner, it's good to see Friday night lights again, isn't it?
Boy, time goes by so fast when we do our college basketball broadcast, like you say. Well, it's in the middle of March. I guess I won't see you till August. Well, here's that day.
Yeah, that's why our radio marriage works. First down and 10 to the 11-yard line. Single set back is Pitts. On the reverse, they hand it off. The ball was dropped. Templeton on a basketball bounce picks it right back up and manages to get a little bit as he gets to the 9-yard line, a gain of 2.
Ooh, I don't know if that's just a bad exchange from Creasy to Mason Templeton, but what a fortuitous bounce that Templeton had. It went on the ground. The pigskin bounces right back in his breadbasket.
You just mentioned basketball, and that ball came right back up like it was a round ball and not a football. Second down and 8. Jones at the 9-yard line. 1:17 to play here in the first half. Back to throw, Creasy. Here comes the pressure. He eludes the sack. Now he's in trouble. He'll keep it, and he somehow is able to get to the 6-yard line and gain 3 on what looked to be nearly a sack, and that's something at this point in time you can't afford.
Yeah, the pressure was too great for Clayton Creasy. He had a touchdown. The 2 receivers again left. You have Mason Weir on the left. They crossed. He did a pick for Braden Scott. Scott did the post, was wide open.
3rd down and 5. Jones at the 6. Back to throw Creasy, and here comes another flag. And I think we've got a Bethany timeout. This will be a defensive timeout by the Broncos with 41 seconds to play. Bethany trying to hold Jones off of the board. The Longhorns looking for some late first half momentum. And keep in mind, they deferred. They'll get the football to start the second half.
It was just huge, those stops, starting at the 31-yard line, the 36-yard line, the 41-yard line for Bethany, and not getting any points. That's why Jones is still in this game, knocking on the door right here before halftime.
3rd down and 5. More than likely, they are in 2-down territory, as they did not attempt an extra point, but the kicker went for it and a pass after the first touchdown. How about this score? Second quarter, Rejoice Christian 35, Cashion 6. I was afraid that was going to happen. I think Cashion's going to be really good. I think they're going to have a chance to three-peat, but they've got a lot of new key faces, and well, they're playing a daunting task tonight at home with Rejoice Christian. Rejoice Christian, I think, is one of the top 3 or 4 teams in Class 2A, in which Jones resides in as well. Jones, we told you, they are in 2A District 2 with Crossings, Chandler, Bethel, Luther, Meeker, Kellyville, and Star Spencer. And they are really going to test their mettle the first 3 weeks. Next week at Lincoln Christian, 2 weeks from tonight, they are at home for their home opener against Washington. Here we go, 3rd down. Creasy to throw out of the timeout. Throws left, ball underthrown. Was the catch made? No, it's incomplete. And that was Braden Scott. That ball has just a little more air underneath it, and Scott has a chance to make the play.
Creasy, again, he was eyeballing Scott the whole time. We, up here in the booth, you knew where that ball was going the whole time. Bethany did not see the ball. Fortunately for Bethany, that ball was underthrown.
Timeout, Jones. We're going to talk about it, but as I alluded to, I think they're probably going to go for 6 because they did not kick the extra point. They tried for 2 after their only touchdown of the half. First half scoring, Heim a touchdown pass of 14 yards to Harrell. Sanders the extra point. Creasy then threw a 30-yard touchdown pass to Braden Scott. The try for 2 failed, 7-6 Bethany. Heim then had a 38-yard and a 27-yard reception, including the final 27 for the touchdown on Bethany's last touchdown drive. That came very early in the second quarter, and the only other field goal was a safety registered by Bethany after the snap on a punt attempt went through the back of the end zone. That was with 6:56 to play in the first half.
Well, I wonder who this football's going to on 4th down.
Well, put something on number 8. What do you think?
Number 8 is outside the numbers left, outside the 10, right there about the 7-yard line, way far left, one-on-one.
Pistol formation. Cruz Cranford is in the backfield. Here comes Creasy. Feels the pressure, rolling right. Dumps it in the back in the end zone. The ball is incomplete, a little too high.
I think that was a designed run for Creasy, Todd, but good defense by the Broncos coming up.
Creighton Jones went in the air in the back right quarter of the end zone. He was well defended, and Jones, who's 6'3", could not quite pull that ball down.
He actually got a fingertip on it. His left hand touched that pigskin.
So a missed opportunity for the Longhorns. This thing gets very interesting if you punch it in there with the first possession of the third quarter.
Great defensive stand. We've seen the defensive stands by Jones to stay in this contest. Bethany says, we don't want you getting within 10 here at intermission. Great job. It was like a narrow formation. Looked like they wanted to get Creasy to fake pass and then roll out right to the end zone, but Bethany stayed at home.
Heim will be the quarterback. Look for him to take a knee. The line of scrimmage is at the 7-yard line. Heim does just exactly that. Jones will not stop the clock, and that will take us to intermission here at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany. Halfway through this Week 0 matchup between the Broncos and the Longhorns, it's Bethany 16, Jones 6. We'll be back after this message on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
There you see the Bethany High School cheer squad. They were just introduced before a great opening night crowd here at SNU Football Stadium. The homestanding Broncos of Class 4A lead Jones out of Class 2A 16-6. Hello, wicket number one. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish with you here at halftime. Gave you the scoring. Heim is thrown for a pass, caught one. Creasy is a 30-yard touchdown pass to Scott, and then the safety, and that's all the scoring here in the first half, 16-6. Both teams, Scott, have to go to the halftime locker room saying, man, we could have some more points, especially Bethany. Their final three drives of that first half started in Jones into the field. They turned it over twice, and once on a turnover, once on a missed field goal.
Bethany, perfect timing in their offense early. Great, especially when Taylor Heim was the quarterback. And then, of course, with Wiska throwing to Heim. So things were working. I think if they just stay to that one-on-one, Taylor Heim is going to be open, catching passes. They're getting away, trying to spread the ball out, trying to be even. But Taylor Heim is making plays as quarterback, as receiver, as defense. You saw that defensive lick. I think Bethany, they could be in the 30s. You're right. So Jones did what they had to do to hold up Bethany to stay in this game. Bethany said, hey, we don't want you within 10 at intermission. They stopped them inside the 10.
After a catch by Scott and then a foul against Bethany, Jones' last possession had it first and 10 to the 11. They turned it over on downs at the 6. Boy, you punch that one in. It's less than a one-possession score, and you have the football to start the third quarter. But Jones still very much a part of this game with 24 minutes to go here in Week 0.
You talk about punching in that touchdown. They had a touchdown. If it weren't for great defense by the Broncos, coming up, putting pressure on Creasy up the middle where Creasy couldn't do it, because on the crossing pattern, Mason Weir set a pick for Scott, and Scott slanting toward the post was uncovered by 6 yards. but Creasy couldn't do anything with the football.
Here's a couple of interesting scores at halftime in a 2A matchup. Washington, my pick to win 2A, leading at Vian 26-0. I had Balco Forga this year finally winning the state title. They are down at halftime 12-0 at Class C Winoka. Winoka's one of 4 teams I think that have a chance to win Class C this year, and that's a great start for the Railroaders in that Northwest Oklahoma battle. Again, here at halftime, it is 16-6. Bethany on top of Jones. Scott and I will be back with the second half shortly on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC. We are Autry Technology Center.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
This is game time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
This is game time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech. We are Autry Technology Center.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports.
Halftime festivities winding down here at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany. It is the opening week 0 of the high school football season. Everybody officially gets underway next week. About half the teams in Oklahoma play on week 0. The other will kick off in week 1. At halftime, Bethany, an 8-win team from a year ago, leads Class 2A Jones 16-6 at the break. You don't want to belabor the point, but it could have been much, much worse had it not been for a gritty, young Jones team in the first half. Bethany started not 1, not 2, but 3 possessions in that second quarter in the Longhorns' end of the field. It resulted in a punt, a very short punt, a turnover, and a missed field goal. Jones had a chance driving late in the first half, but turned it over on downs to cut into a 16-6 lead. Taylor Heim has thrown for 1, caught 1. Creasy has thrown for 1 to Scott, and a safety is the scoring here with the first half. Last year, Bethany won the meeting 27-14. We told you in the open that this is the second most played series in Bronco school history. Kingfisher and Bethany have played more times than any other opponent. Bethany 16-15-1 of the series with Jones, including that 13-point win last year. Jones won 2 seasons ago here in Bethany. John Arthur is looking for his 55th career coaching victory, while Kevin Witt is looking for his first at Jones High School. And Scott, I think Kevin Witt has done a great job in getting this Jones team ready. We shouldn't be surprised. We said at the open, they don't reload or rebuild, they reload. And they've got a lot of good players out there that I promise you is going to give them a really good chance to be competitive in 2A.
And it's like that every season. We look at it and you see all the freshmen and sophomore on the roster. But you got to keep in mind that's Class 2A. When you're at the 5A and 6A levels, that's less. But Jones, to field a football team, they've got to have that youth. And I am very impressed the way they hung in there. Like you said, it could be a lot worse. Jones gave up those very, very short fields to the Broncos. And you know that Coach Arthur on the other side is saying, look, guys, we got to take advantage of these opportunities and put the hammer down.
Ruslan Calderon will put the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. Jones will move from left to right, as you can see here on your screen, in the third period of play. 16-6. The deep return man for the Longhorns is Braden Scott, and they will kick it deep. It's over the head of Scott. Now Braden has to circle back and play into the hop. He'll run left to the 10 and is tackled to the 15-yard line. Really good special teams play that time by the Broncos. And down there to make the tackle was Wyatt Geisler.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a lot of good special teams play, and that was very irregular, a very bunched-up group, everybody within 10 yards of the football, and then the kick over the head and give it up to Scott running that football down. Of course, it took a gratuitous bounce back towards him.
First down and 10 for Jones and their first-year starting quarterback, Clayton Creasy. They will start just beyond their own 15 near the 16-yard line. Both of these teams expected to be runners-up in their respective districts, Bethany in 4A2, Jones in 2A, District 2. Pistol formation, they'll open with Chase Pitts as the single sent back. Wide receivers go both ways, a 3-man defensive front for Bethany. Wire moves to the near side. Pocket holds. Kressler throws out right. Ball caught. Circling back for a first down catch is Isaiah Sawyer, and he's all the way to the 31-yard line, 15 yards on a good throw and a better catch after the run.
Bethany has got to get some more pressure on the quarterback. Clayton Creasy just standing back there. Great job by Isaiah Sawyer between the zone. Very patient again, wide open in between the defenders.
Don't tell Clayton Creasy there's not pressure on him. He's replacing Carson May, but this is a quarterback factory. For a small-town school, they have put some guys at the highest levels of Division I football. Creasy to throw, pump fakes, throws over the middle in the slant and led Braden Scott just a little too far. Scott had inside position to the 47. They couldn't make the connections, so it's 2nd and 10.
Well, Bethany is just content with going with a 3-man rush on these passing downs. Sometimes Jones has them doubled up, like 5 to 6 blockers on the 3 rushers.
Scott, were you an All-Stater in high school?
No.
Okay. We have one All-Stater in our booth tonight, Jacob Woody. Congratulations to that guy. He's the only one that looks like an athlete in here, too. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line. That got everybody's attention. Creasy snaps, claps his hands, quickly throws it out. Here comes the rush. They'll swing it out to Pitts. He's hemmed in at the 31-yard line and driven backwards. How about that defensive play by the Broncos? And Evanson Malaska that came up from the secondary and hit him right at the 31-yard line. They'll give him forward progress for 1 to the 32.
And that play was set up by Woods Harrell. He comes through on the blitz from the linebacker position, or actually one of his defensive end positions, hands up. I think he actually got his fingertips on that football, and Malaska came up to make a good tackle.
Minute and a half into the second half. It's 3rd down and 9 for Jones at the 32-yard line. It's nearly a full 10, so they barely gave him any yardage on that gain. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Single set back, and Creasy awaits the snap from junior center Clay Hale. In motion to the near side is Pitts. Here comes the pressure off the edge. Creasy sets up a screen left, and it's offline, looking again for Braden Scott, but that play was going nowhere had Scott been able to handle the pass.
Jones on the left side was trying to get 3 blockers in front of Scott, but Creasy was so under duress he got rid of the football a little bit too early.
Scott, what did you quickly see adjustments defensively from Bethany?
Well, one thing, they went with a 3-man rush, and that didn't work. That's when the Jones had the nice long completions. When they mix in a little blitz or send 4 or 5 guys, I think they can keep Creasy in check.
3rd down and 9, or 4th down and 9, a line drive kick going to be returned for the 37 to the 40, down to the boundary to the 50 to the 45, and out of bounds is Wyatt Geisler on a line drive kick that time from Creighton Jones. So make it 4 straight possessions that Jones will have to defend a short field.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when Bethany's going to start on their own end of the football field. This time they're at the 46-yard line of the Longhorns.
Well, they've had better success when they've had a longer field. Both of their touchdown drives started on their own end of midfield. 10-17 to play here in the 3rd quarter. It is 16-6 Bethany. This will be the Broncos' first possession of the second half offensively. And Taylor Heim, who has caught one and thrown for a score, will open as the second half starting quarterback. Jaden Gilliland is in the backfield. High snap. Now they'll sweep around the right side to Geisler, and he is hit and tackled for a yard gain at the 45-yard line. Mason Cruz, the 181-pound senior middle linebacker, stayed home and read that one perfectly.
What recovery by Mason Cruz, who's limping a little bit at the 40-yard line, because he got sucked into that and reverse course and made that tackle just to keep that to a 1-yard gain.
1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9 to the 45-yard line with 9:44 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 2 more games of the week for you next week here on the Squirtle family of networks, and of course tons and tons of high school football right here on Squirtle. 2nd and 9 to the 45-yard line. Heim keeps it, breaks a tackle in the backfield, breaks another, turns right, and look at that run. Looked like a running back, not a quarterback, as he stripped free from a couple of defenders and got to the 41-yard line, a gain of 4, sets up 3rd and 5. And the first one he got free from in the backfield was Cameron Estrada.
And Spencer Davis was back there with a free shot on Heim as well in the backfield. Davis just bounced right off of Himes' left shoulder. Himes goes forward. Instead of a 2-yard loss, gets a 5-yard gain.
Taylor, 6'5", 190, and a senior. Last year carried 117 times for over 800 yards and had 4 100-yard rushing games. 3rd down and 4, Bethany. They need to get to the Jones 36-yard line. 1 back set, 3 receivers to the near side. Heim to throw, running out of time. Now he's going to run. He has a first down and more. Down the boundary to the 30, to the 25, Heim to the 20. And Taylor Heim is knocked down at the 17-yard line, a gain of 24 yards.
Wow, when that football is in the hands of Taylor Heim, good things happen. It's almost like Jones is on their heels, looking for the deep pass. Heim just holding it, stutter steps, kicks out around the right end.
You know, I think Heim quietly is going to have one of the better years among quarterbacks at any class in Oklahoma. This guy is really good. You pick your poison. You either let the pocket hold and let him pick you apart with that arm, or in that case, the protection broke down and he just ran away from it. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line of Jones. Hand off to Gilliland inside 15 and down to the 14-yard line goes Jaden Gilliland. There's 3 Gilliland boys. Jaden and Jack are twins. They have a younger brother on the roster that's a freshman.
Well, that was the option again. Taylor Heim stuck it in Gilliland's stomach that time. He could have held it, but that froze the Jones defense. Only went for 3 yards, but it was an easy 3 yards because of the threat of Heim to break out to the outside.
Calderon is in. That's Colton Calderon. Out is Baylor Tibbetts, the tight end. Had his first career touchdown reception of the first half, wiped off the board because of a penalty. 2nd down and 7. Again, it is Gilliland to the right side, to the 10. Still going inside the 5, and then he is hit laterally and finally dropped at the 4-yard line. A gain of 10 brings up 1st down and goal to go. And that Bethany offense right now firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I think Coach Arthur got onto him a little bit, wasting the opportunities, the scoring opportunities. Jaden Gilliland was kind of slowed up at the line of scrimmage, goes laterally right side, turns upfield, broke about 4 tackles there.
6th play of the drive that started the 46-yard line of the Longhorns for the Broncos, and they're threatening to take a 3-score lead with just over 7.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Gilliland is the single setback, offset to the right of Heim. Look for Taylor in this area. Wide receivers split both ways. They're communicating at the line of scrimmage. The tight end is lined up left. The snap is fumbled, but they're going to blow it dead. I think there may have been some movement.
I think a delay of game there.
Was it a delay of game or was there a timeout? Jones is heading to the far side. Here comes Bethany as well. It's a timeout Broncos, and that's a timeout well spent by John Arthur because that possession was getting late in the play clock and it was really discombobulated.
Exactly. The play clock read 0. And the officials granted the timeout to the Broncos.
You know, we're sitting here on the west side looking across to the east as we're in a timeout with 7:19 to play here in the first half. The lights are on in the old home of the Bethany Broncos. And I told you before the game, the last time I called a high school football game with Bethany, I was in that little middle press box right over there.
They didn't even put you on the big side that's torn down. Used to be concrete bleachers and on the other side, and the baseball fields as well has a different configuration, Todd, is what it used to be. They keep improving the complex, and you got a nice stadium here for the Crimson Storm of Southern Nazarene, and then of course the Bethany Broncos player here as well.
I can tell you the last time I was here was in the late 90s, and they were a 2A school. That's how fast they've grown. They're now 4A. First and goal to go at the 4-yard line for Bethany, but who hasn't grown? Jones, Deer Creek, all of them. Piedmont just ballooning in size over the last decade and a half or so, maybe 2 decades. Heim will keep it, cuts off right in. He's in for the touchdown. Well, we told you this is his area in which he can work, and this time he does it with his legs, so he has the trifecta, a pass, a rush, and a receiving touchdown. It's now 22-6.
Yeah, there's no way the Broncos were going to throw that football. I think Taylor Heim was confused on the previous play out of the shotgun. I think Coach Arthur wanted him to be in the run formation, and they get the easy TD.
Taylor Heim is a good player. I'll just say that. He caps a 6-play drive, and on for the extra point is Ryland Sanders, and the kick is on the way, and it is good. Ball just rockets off of his leg. 7:15 to play, 3rd quarter. New score, Bethany 23, Jones 6. We'll step aside on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Waiting the kickoff. It'll be the second kickoff of the second half for the Broncos, who gave Jones the ball to start the third quarter. Jones picked up a first down and went 5 plays it out. They now trail 22-6. And here is a deep kick from Rustlin Calderon, and we get flags and whistles. Somebody may have left early for the Broncos, and they're already starting to retreat. How about the leg strength, though, of Calderon, though, Scott? He doesn't get a real big running start, and he's putting that ball well inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line.
And Braden Scott learned his lessons from the last time, having to run back to chase it. He lined up near the 10-yard line and caught that in the air. You're right. Maybe 2 steps and then just the whip of that leg, and boom, there goes that pigskin.
Working with Jacob Woody for the first time, Caden LaFortune is producing our broadcast. Well, the highlights of working with Squirtle is working with these young guys. They do a really, really good job producing and making sure our broadcast is on week to week. So it is a offsides call against Bethany. That means the Broncos now will huddle up literally and kick it away. 10 of the 11 Jones players within 20 yards of the line of scrimmage, and they're offsides again. I can tell you what's happening is when they break that huddle, it's a timing pattern. And Griffin Tarrant, 32 that time, was well beyond the football as Calderon approached.
And the timing has been off on all the special teams, but the timing in the passing games, which usually take some time, have been right on target for both Jones and Bethany.
I think Russell a little bit frustrated as he picked the ball in the tee up and kind of shook his head going back to the 30. So Jones should get really good starting field position now. They're going to back up 5 other players and set up some protection for Braden Scott to try and return this punt. Now they'll kick it away on a conventional manner, and this is a good one. Drive Scott back to the 15. He went to the turf and fell down, and he's going to be down at the 15-yard line. And Scott can't believe it because he had at least 15 or 20 yards probably before he was challenged on the return.
And Scott is explosive. He's a strong, fast runner. That's a bad error right there because 2 back-to-back offside penalties, 10 yards. Jones was going to have great field position. Now they're back at their own 15.
They started their first drive at the 16, picked up a first down to the 31, and then punted on 4th and 9 for the 32. And now it's 1st and 10 of their second drive at the 15-yard line. So Clayton Creasy will try to get this offense back on track. Out of the pistol, he'll turn and hand off to Chase Pitts. He's hit, spins out left with some running room. A first down and more for Pitts, 30. And then he's finally drug out of bounds by the jersey at the 36-yard line. A gain of 21 and a really nifty run by Pitts, showing a lot of vision.
What a kick out by the 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. He gets up, gets kind of bottled up in the middle just on the left side of center, and just kicks it out to the left side for that big breakaway.
Officially a run of 20. They spotted the 35-yard line, and that now gives Creasy and company some breathing room. Pistol formation, they'll give it back to Chance. This time he gets out of an ankle tackle, swings right, and gets to the 40 and out of bounds at the 41-yard line, where he was ushered out of bounds by Malaska, who came up from the corner. But tell you what, some good foot speed shown that time by Chase Pitts to get to the quarter.
Great job to get around because Bethany had that play bottled up, And just it took, as you said, took speed to get around that corner.
Tight end lined up left. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side. A 6-yard carry on first down to the 42. Back to the ground game. It's Pitts looking for some running room. Finally gets to the end. Has a first down and then is hogtied and drug high out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 7 more. And they are featuring Chance Pitts, who prior to this drive, Dog really had been bottled up by the Bronco defense.
Now that speed. And Spitz isn't even hitting it quick right at the beginning. It seems like once he gets his second and third steps is where that speed really kicks in.
Second, make that the third first down, the second of this drive for Jones here in the second half. And they have gone with this pistol formation. They have seen something. A couple of tight ends left. They'll hand it off to Pitts. Makes a cut in the backfield, chase across midfield, and look at the hit at the 36-yard line. And look who it was, Taylor Heim, who came up again dancing. That's the second big-time hit for the senior safety.
Heim does it all, offensively and defensively.
So it'll be second down. The line of scrimmage is at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 5. And I stand corrected. The ball carrier out there now.
Number 26 and not on our roster.
There's not a 26. You're right. Third or second and 5. Here comes the pressure. Creasy under duress is able to keep it, and he'll lunge forward to the 44-yard line. So he picks up 2 on a near sack, and it's going to ring up third down.
But it was Chase Pitts on previous carries. Every now and then 26 comes out that we don't have on the list.
So it'll be third down and 3 at the 44-yard line. And checking in is Trip Elrick. 2 receivers left and right. Big third down try. Jones is 0 for 1 here in the third quarter. Creasy, quick drop, throws out right. Ball was caught, circles back, and he's going to be close to the first down where he made the catch. They tackled him back at the 42.5, but the forward progress was at the 41. That'll be enough for a first down. They are showing fourth down on the marker across the way, but that should be a first down reception. And now the officials are saying move the sticks. 5:13 to play here in the third period. Glad to be with you on week 0. Todd Miller, Scott Wattish, and the crew here from SNU Football Stadium. Very pleasant evening. Not much humidity. 93 degrees was the actual temperature at game time. We've settled into the mid-80s. First and 10, Jones. They have penetrated into the Bronco, into the field of the 41-yard line. Pistol formation. Creasy pump fakes. Throwing left. He's got Scott wide open, and it's caught at the 10, and he'll walk in for the touchdown. Bethany bit on the pump fake, and Clayton Creasy threw a strike to a wide-open Braden Scott, who then made the catch and literally all but walked into the end zone for a 41-yard touchdown reception. And Jones is back into this ballgame. It's 23-12 as they likely will line up and try for 2. So Braden Scott has both of the touchdown receptions on passes from Clayton Creasy, who's made his starting debut tonight for Jones. There's a flag down as the Longhorns lined up for the try for 2. And it looks like it's going to be against Jones. Somebody moved up front. So that'll make the try for 2 a little bit more difficult. The line of scrimmage instead of the 5 will be at the, or 3 will now be at the 8-yard line. With 4:45 to play in the third quarter, Jones has cut it down to 11, 23-12. Clayton Creasy gets the play in from the sideline across the way. 2 wide receivers both ways, including Scott, who's wide left. They're looking that way. Scott locked up in coverage, comes back, rips the pass away, and then gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. He literally ripped that ball away from Ryland Sanders. And Braylon Scott has all 8 on that drive, but it's down to a 9-point game with 4:45 to play here in the third period. We'll step aside with Bethany leading Jones on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
How about that 85-yard drive, the final 41, Creasy to Scott, and those two cooked up for the two-point conversion. It was Scott, though, that ripped the pass away from Ryland Sanders and then was able to get across the goal line for the two-point conversion. Just cut the Bethany lead down to 9. Here is Hernandez kick. It's kind of a line drive, return for the 16, cuts inside of the 20, 25, up to the 30-yard line, and struggling but finally going down after a good return at the 33. The return was from Alex Strutter. It's a good starting field position for Bethany. This is the first time since the late stages of the first quarter that Bethany has started a drive in their own end of the field. They will start at the 32-yard line. With 4:38 to play in the third quarter, we have a brand-new ball game. It was 16-6 at halftime. Both teams with a touchdown on possessions here in the second half. They have been rotating quarterbacks each series between Hive and Wetwiska, and Wetwiska is out there now. He looks over to the near side with a tight end lined up to the near side. Wetwiska gets the handoff. It is Gilliland straight ahead. He is hit, and he did not get to the line of scrimmage, and he may have fumbled the football. He did. The beanbag is out across the way, but I think Bethany recovered the fumble at the 30-yard line. That defense is really fired up after that touchdown drive of the Longhorns.
Yeah, I didn't see which Longhorn it was, but put a helmet right on the football, knocked it back about 4 yards on that carry, and we have a Longhorn down.
That's Cameron Estrada. He is laying face down, as you can see, at the 30-yard line. Looks like he wants to do a push-up. Looks like he's maybe saying his hip or his leg. Looked like he tapped his left side there, having to roll over on his back. And while they attend to Cameron Estrada, the senior nose tackle, we will step aside. 4:19 to play, third quarter. Bethany on top of Jones here with the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
At Maples Nixon Diesel.
Nice applause from both partisan crowds, Jones and Bethany, as Estrada was able to walk off the field at his own power. Bryce Green, a sophomore now, is out there at nose tackle. It is second down at 12 on the 30-yard line. Wetwiska empties the backfield. Here comes the blitz. He dumps it off over the middle. It's caught. 29-30, running right, first down to the 40. And a dump-off pass to Geisler. Nearly a sack turns into a gain of 12 and a first down to the 42.
Yeah, nearly a sack. So the ball's thrown behind Wyatt Geisler. Great job by Geisler to catch that ball off his hip from behind and turn that into a first down.
Gain of 13 to the 43 officially is where it ends with 4:10 to play in the third. Geisler was hit out of bounds. Wyatt last year as a freshman, 5 catches, 19 yards. One of those went for 15. That catch was actually behind the line of scrimmage by a yard, and he turned it into a 13-yard gain. 1st and 10, Bethany. High snap, they'll hand it off to Gilliland. Straight ahead, 50, comes out left to the 40. Gilliland outside the numbers to the 30, and he finally is ridden down by Braylon Scott. Braden saved the touchdown on a huge run that time by Gilliland.
Yeah, after Estrada went out, he's 280 pounds. At nose tackle, Bryce Green, a sophomore, 5'6", 195, losing 85 pounds of beef there on that line. Bethany goes right up the gut.
28 for Jaden and a first down just outside the red zone at the 29-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Again, it's Jaden sweeping right. Breaks a tackle to the 20. Almost broke another one. It is finally ridden down at the 17-yard line. Boy, Jaden Gilliland will not be denied as he picks up a dozen and another first down.
Now Spencer Davis had a chance just near the line of scrimmage, tackling a little bit too high. He's going to have to get Gilliland low.
Good sign as it looks like that Cameron Estrada is back out there along that defensive front for the Longhorns. 1st and 10 inside the red zone of the 17. Wet Wiska will hand it off again. Look at the cut that time. A jump cut by Gilliland, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown. He made a jump cut, then he stripped free of one defender, and there was nobody the rest of the 10 yards as he literally walked it in for a 17-yard score. But it all was because of the vision of the jump cut.
Yeah, and then breaking the tackles, not so desired tackling by the Longhorns as well. Give it up to Gilliland for breaking all those tackles.
Yeah, you may see a little bit of fatigue setting in here in the season opener. 3:27 to play in the third, and just like that, a quick 68-yard drive is the answer for Bethany. Here's Sanders' extra point try. All this at the north end. Good snap, good hold. Sanders approaches, and he splits the uprights. New score, Bethany 29. Make that 30. The Longhorns 14. We'll step aside of the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Of course, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
John Arthur's Ball Club last year won the season opener 27-14 over Jones on the road en route to an 8-1 start. They lost to Clinton in the last game of the season for the district title and then lost by 3 to Blanchard in the first round of the 4A playoffs 24-21 en route to an 8-3 season. Jones was a second-round team out of Class 2A, winning 8, losing 4. 30-14 our score with 3:27 to play here in the third quarter. Let's see if Jones has an answer for the Broncos. Rustlin Calderon will boot it to the near side. That's a good kick. Scott juggles it, now almost steps on the sideline, turns inside, running left to the 15, to the 17, stretches to the 18. And he was first hit downfield by Wyatt Geisler.
Good job by Calderon, kicking kind of a coffin corner kickoff, making Scott run at least 20 to 30 yards to try to get that football. Of course, Scott muffed the football. That ruined his whole return.
I'm going to tell you what, Juan Dog, you could not have put one of your long locks, between where Scott's foot was in the sideline. I mean, he was very close to stepping out after he fumbled the football.
Yeah, he did almost step out, but Jones wants the football in Braden Scott's hands. As we've seen, the long touchdown, 41 yards to get within 23-14. And any time that he has that football, he can break it at any time.
Cale Clark is wearing number 26. He had a big series last time. They hand it to him this time, and Bethany clamps down, running left. He gets a yard to the 19. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. That takes us under 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Cale Clark, a 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. On the roster, on my spotter board, was listed as number 7, but wearing number 26 tonight. He really had kind of a change of pace back. He hits the hole a little bit quicker than Chase Pitts does, and boy, Bethany had some problems on that last scoring drive by the Longhorns. 2nd down and 9 at the 19. A motion of man right to left of the formation. Out of the pistol, they fake the handoff, rolling right. Kressler, he is in trouble. Creasy throws downfield. It's intercepted by Heim. It was up for grabs, and that's a battle that Taylor Heim is going to win every time. Creighton Jones was the intended target, and he made the tackle.
What a play by Taylor Heim. He just knows how to play. He's an athlete. On that throw, underthrown, Heim shields the defender, which was the wide receiver. He shields the wide receiver, Creighton Jones, on his back. Jones hits him as hard as he can, trying to break it up, but Heim has the interception regardless.
There was a flag down. Obviously, it has declined. The play will stand. Bethany will have it just inside Jones' territory with 2:27 to play. Don't be surprised after the game if you're in the parking lot and Taylor Heim is driving the bus back. I mean, this guy's done everything tonight.
Boy, he can. I mean, that is just such a heads-up play. That's having the desire. Like we talked about earlier in the broadcast, Todd, some of these defensive backs, they don't turn their head, look, and find the football. When they do, it's broken up. Taylor Heim sees the ball the whole way, knows the ball's underthrown, can feel the receiver's going to hit him, Creighton Jones, just shields him off with his back and picks it off.
Taylor Heim had 2 interceptions last year. That's his first, obviously, of this new season. And belatedly now, coming into the ball game is going to be Landry Locklear. He'll be in the backfield. They will give it straight ahead to Jaden Gilland, and he manages to get a couple, maybe a yard and a half, should I say, to the 48-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to go here in the third. 30-14, Bethany.
Mason Cruz and Jacoby Wolf stuffing that play up the middle.
2nd down. For Bethany, they can afford to work the clock a little bit. Next week, they're at John Marshall. In 2 weeks, they're at Woodward. They have a bye on September the 16th before opening up play on the road at Tuttle. Tuttle, the defending 4A state runners-up, losing last year to Clinton in the finals. Tuttle this year in Class 4A District 2. Jaden Gilland in the backfield. Heim is the quarterback. He fakes the handoff, pump fakes, throws left, overthrew his target. It's intercepted. A leaping pick that time from Mason Wire.
Wire did a great job reading the quarterback's eyes. He's the back man on the left sideline. The front defender had the receiver bracketed. Heim tried to fit it in there, overthrew it the whole time. Wire's looking at the ball, pulls it out of the air.
So the Jones defense does it again, keeps it just a 16-point deficit for the Longhorns.
Yeah, you know, Taylor Heim, he's so valuable. I think you want the ball in his hands all the time as quarterback. But at the same time, when he's not wide receiver, that loses that really deep receiving threat for the Broncos.
Totally agree. Pistol formation, the tight end motions from left to right. The give goes straight ahead. That is Cale Clark clutching the football tight, gets to the 33-yard line, a gain of 5 as the tackle was made by the linebacker Jack Gilliland.
Jones has to have those little intermediate runs, 4 or 5 yards by Cale Clark, by Pitts. That way it sets up that deep pass. They're going to try to uncork another one here to Braden Scott.
You're right,
quick.
Scott. On their first 2 drives, now this being their third, or 3 of their first 4, should I say, they've won the battle on first down, something that they primarily did not do much over the first half. 2nd down and 5. Wire will motion from right to left of the formation. Out of the pistol, they sweep left this time with Cale Clark. Clark is hit, spun, forward progress gets him to the 35, so to bring up 3rd down and 2. And we're under 45 seconds to play here in the quarter.
Well, I thought Cale Clark was going to turn the corner there because Will Jasper came back for a nice little seal block to get Clark free around the corner, but better defense on the tackle.
Barring a defensive penalty, more than likely the final play here in the third quarter with 24 seconds to go. 3rd down and 2 at the 35. Creasy to throw, running out of time, running left. He's going to run for it, and he has it as he dives down at the 39-yard line, about 1.5 yards beyond the yardage marker. And a big conversion ensures that Jones should have it to start the 4th period.
What a play by Creasy. Put his head down to get that last 2 yards, just powered his way between 2 defenders. Great play by the good, strong-arm quarterback.
36 minutes of football in the books here in Week 0. And through 3 quarters, the homestanding Bethany Broncos lead Jones on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC. We are Autry Technology Center.
12 minutes to decide this one. Welcome back to SNU Football Stadium. Todd Miller, Scott Wattis for the crew in Bethany. Broncos with a 16-point lead, 30-14, over visiting Jones of 2A as we start the 4th and final period. It'll be 1st down from the 39. Here we go. Creasy pump fakes, throwing left, and it's read by Heim, who picks it off at the 47. Taylor down the boundary, pushed out of bounds at the 43. And so Heim, who gave one away, gets one back and has his 2nd interception of the night.
Yeah, Heim, once again, was the deep man on the sideline. You had the short man covering the flat. Creasy does a good job with the pump fake, trying to get the defender off his receiver that he wanted to go down the right sideline, which it wasn't Jaden Scott, by the way. And one of the taller guys out there, Heim, picks it off.
11:52 to play, and guess what? Breaking news. Bethany starts and Jones into the field. This is the 5th time tonight the Broncos have started into the Longhorns territory. After an interception return of 10 yards by Taylor Heim, they will take over at the 43-yard line.
Taylor Heim, 6'5". So at quarterback, he's looking over everybody. At the defender, he's out jumping everybody. As a wide receiver, he out jumps everybody.
Wet Wiska's into the ball game at quarterback, hands it off and nothing doing. Jones clamps down on the ball carrier. And that was Aiden Kirkpatrick, number 25, a junior that handles it.
Yeah, Kirkpatrick all over the ball carrier. Luke DeBusk, the freshman, was in there as well.
Luke DeBusk has had a pretty good game, at least from our vantage point. Been very, very active out there at middle linebacker. Just a freshman, 6'1", 221 pounds. How good of a player is he going to be?
Did you say freshman at 221 pounds?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
If the roster's right, that's what I said.
That's correct. It does. That's a big, big young man right there.
Kirkpatrick is in the backfield. This time Wet Wiska will go from the shotgun formation on 2nd and 12 of the 45. Tight ends left and right. They hand it off again to Fitzpatrick, and he's drugged down by the hips. Nice play that time by the defender. Guess who? Luke DeBusk loses 2 more to the 47. It's now 3rd and 14.
Well, he moves really fast for a 221-pound high schooler. Man, that was a great job. He was on the right side of the defense, comes all the way across to the right side of the offense in the backfield to make that tackle.
Watch on this side. The Swiss Army knife is out there. Taylor Heim deployed as a receiver to the near side. He's the sole receiver this way. They have 3 sets wide left with Kirkpatrick in the backfield. They're at the Jones 47. They need to get to the Longhorn 33-yard line. We're almost 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, 30-14. Wetwiska to throw. Here comes the pressure. Rolling right, throwing. He has a receiver with a diving catch. I'll give you the number 7.
Taylor Heim, and he did a great job to help out Wetwiska. Got in trouble on the right. Heim goes back deep, kind of on a post pattern. Jukes Scott, gets Scott deep, comes back toward the sideline to help his quarterback out.
18 yards. It's almost like every time that number 7 is in the lineup, they throw to him, and every time he's had a key reception.
Well, Braden Scott's an outstanding explosive athlete, but he's 5'9", 140 pounds. Taylor Heim is 6'5", so you've got a big advantage there. Jones stays man-to-man with Heim because of the athleticism, but the height advantage is very big.
9:43 in Canada play of the football game. Bethany trying to improve all time to 17-15-1 with Jones. Quick throw out left, ball deflected, and it's incomplete. One of those defensive linemen got their big paws up as the throw was going out left and breaks up the pass.
I think it was Cruz Cranford that came across and slapped that football away.
So it'll be second down and 10 to the 29-yard line. 9:37 to play in the football game. Bethany next week will be in the metro area at John Marshall. Meanwhile, Jones' murderous row continues in non-district play. They will be in Tulsa to take on Lincoln Christian.
The guts of a Class 2A school coming here to 4A. That's just going to make them better. Like you said, you don't want to play them in district.
If you don't have injuries, it's great for you because that whatever your record is doesn't mean anything. In a month, it's 0-0. Back to throw, Wetwiska throws a little fade pattern in the end zone for Heim, and it's incomplete, and here comes the flag. They're going to get Braden Scott for pass interference.
Yeah, Braden Scott looking right at, barely looking back for the ball. He's just chopping with both arms on Taylor Heim. You have to throw a flag there.
I like the sportsmanship, though, by Scott that time. He kind of gave a low 5 to Taylor Heim. And there it is, pass interference called against the Longhorns.
As athletic as Scott is, I think he's just given too much credit to 6'5", so look, he's going to out-jump me. The ball's underthrown. If Scott just kind of keeps his hands off Heim, I think he breaks that up cleanly.
So it'll be first down and 10. The ball will be down at the 15-yard line in Longhorn territory. Heim is out of the ball game. This guy's got more energy than anybody I know. He's pacing the sidelines after playing both ways all night long.
Yeah, only 18. Got all that energy. What a great athlete.
One back set is Kirkpatrick. Ball on the near side hash. Wetwiska rolls left, almost slipped. Now he cut inside, and down he goes. Picks up a yard. And as that play was well diagnosed, first to get him was Bryce King.
Look at Heim out there by the coaches out on the field. Say, I'm ready. I'm ready to go back in.
Second and 9. Bethany right now, they don't mind working the clock as we're approaching 9 minutes to play. Broncos leading 30-14.
Don't mind working the clock, but another touchdown here might just put this one to bed.
More than likely would. And that's why they sense that. I think you can work on some things here. And, again, what a blessing to have two quarterbacks the caliber that Bethany has. Wetwiska has plenty of time to snap it. The play clock down to 10. He does so with 9. He'll hand it off on an inside handoff, and not much running room for Locklear as he manages to the 14, so no gain. It's going to bring it third down and 9.
Well, it's almost like Bethany's doing Jones a favor. You just keep Taylor Heim on the field. It just like their confidence swells, and they don't even have to worry about number 7. They just focus in on the pigskin.
8:18 to play. Third down and 9 at the 14-yard line of Jones for the Broncos. Second oldest series among rivals for the Broncos. This is the 33rd meeting. They've only played Kingfisher more times than they have Jones in high school football.
Yeah, in the different classes, Jones plays them in all the sports as well. Baseball, he played basketball all the time.
Kirkpatrick and Locklear into the ball game. On third down, they throw a slant over the middle, and that was a bullet. It's incomplete. It was intended for Alex Strotter, and I think Bethany will try to put 3 on the board here.
Thought Strider could have caught that and took that in. Maybe it was a bullet, as you said, maybe too much mustard for him. Just about a 9-yard pass on the slant.
Should be about a 31-yard attempt, and it will be Ryland Sanders on to attempt the field goal. He's 0 for 1 tonight, missed from 42 in the first half. This will be straight on. Very little, if any, wind here tonight in Bethany. Good snap, ball down. Kick is on the way, and it is no good. There is a flag, and I think they roughed Ryland Sanders. Running into the kicker, the call against Jones.
Good pressure by the Longhorns. Just could not stay away from the kicker, Sanders. That could be pulled back. I thought it could have been tipped, but the officials aren't saying that.
Still 4th down. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, so that puts the ball at the 9-yard line. Brings up 4th down and 4, and right now Ryland Sanders remains out there to attempt an even shorter field goal of some 30 yards.
Because Sanders' kick was kind of a dying duck to the left. If one of those Jones Longhorns gets a piece of that, the kicker's free game.
Well, now Wetwiska, who's the holder, was starting to walk up towards the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to place the ball at the 16, so it'll be a 26, not 30-yard field goal. The last one was 31 from straight on. High snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is blocked. So they have missed twice on field goals. This one blocked by Cameron Estrada.
Estrada just bulleted his way right past the center, straight in, up, and he blocked that kick.
Was there a flag on the play? Bethany was pointing towards Jones, and let's see what's going on here. There wasn't a lot of celebration either way after that block by Cameron Estrada.
Well, maybe there's a reason Estrada got in so easily. He seemed to be right on the holder.
It's a personal foul against the Longhorns, so that will give a 1st down to Bethany. That's going to put the ball down at the 5-yard line.
And the Broncos are going to do it without star player Taylor Heim on the sidelines.
2 backs to the backfield. One of those is Jaden Gilliland. The other is his brother Jack. They hand it off to Jaden running right. He's in for the touchdown.
The Gilliland brothers, they determine when they get that football, they smell the first down. They smell the goal line. They smell the end zone. Great, aggressive, strong running by the Gillilands.
Well, we'll have a 3rd opportunity to get at least one kick scoring point here for Ryland Sanders, who officially has missed twice on this, unofficially he's missed twice on this drive and is 0 for 1 on field goals tonight. He's perfect on point after tries. Wetwiska holds a low snap. Here's the kick. It's on the way, and it's good. 7:41 to play. It's now 37-14. Bethany on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Bethany set to kick it away with 7:41 to play. Broncos in complete control of this one, 37-14. And give Bethany a lot of credit because Jones had cut it down to a 9-point game, but the Broncos have managed to score on 2 of their last 3 possessions. Here's the kickoff from Cauldron. He will kick it to the near side. The up man will take it from the 23 to the 25, running right, nowhere to go. Down he goes. On the return was Asen Hansen, and a really good special teams tackle that time by Bethany.
Nice tackle. Running in from the right side was Malaska again. Even sent Malaska coming in hard, taking out the legs of the ball carrier.
So it'll be first down and 10. Line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line for the Longhorns. Let's see if they can get something fairly quick on the scoreboard to give them a little bit of hope, trailing by 3 scores at 37-14.
How about Taylor Heim in this game? 2 interceptions, a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown.
Bethany last year won 8 of their first 9, lost to Clinton in the district championship game. Clinton tonight a 21-6 winner over Kingfisher as the Red Tornadoes at home open defense of their 4A state title. Out of the shotgun, it is Creasy. Slant over the middle, ball dropped, hit him right in the hands. The most dangerous spot for a receiver. Isaiah Sawyer was the one that had his mitts and dropped.
Perfect pass by Creasy right there.
Next week, Bethany will be on the road to John Marshall at halftime. Lawton MacArthur leading John Marshall 40-6. 7:33 to play in the ball game, 37-14. Clayton Creasy, unfortunately, that drop goes against him, but that was a really good throw. Creasy will hand it straight ahead. Bounce it out left now is Cale Clark, and look at the pursuit to the football. They stretched him out, and he managed to get about 2.5 just shy of the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Bethany has to have good pursuit strong on Cale Clark because, as you mentioned earlier, Cale Clark hits the hole. Once he gets that ball in his hands, his feet are moving.
Piedmont 6-0 at Noble. Last check, that was at halftime. You can go to the Squirtle app to keep up with all the football and high school sports. Free of charge, Squirtle app. 3rd down and 8 at the 27-yard line. 6:45 to play. Creasy hands it off again. Again, it's Clark running left, hit just shy of the 30-yard line. And that's going to be about 6 yards short. You would think the offense would stay out there. Down by 3, scores only 6.5 to play.
Clark met by Hank Durst. Hank Durst right there at the leading tackle there.
Shows you what I know. They have taken Clayton Creasy off of the field. So they're going to punt the football away with Creighton Jones. Creighton Jones is a sophomore. Stands in punt formation at the 20-yard line. Low snap, not much of a rush. He gets a right foot into it. It's a line drive kick from the 43. Returned up the middle of the field to midfield of the 45. And down he goes at the 43-yard line. That's a dangerous punt. That's line drive, and Geisler was able to get his shoulder square and immediately go right upfield.
How about Wyatt Geisler? He timed that football perfectly when it was coming down. You say it's a line drive is coming down. He waits, and he gets his momentum going before he catches that football, and that's why he had such a great return.
6:02 to play in the ball game. It will be 1st down and 10. Let's see who comes out there for Bethany. Wetwiska was playing catch on the near side, and I don't think they're going to have Heim or Wetwiska out there. Looks like it's going to be Jackson Payne, a 3rd-string quarterback, 6'1", 155, and a sophomore. And now they're going deep into the depth chart, and they're belatedly running some offensive linemen out there, as they were 3 offensive linemen short. The play clock has not yet started, so they're in no jeopardy of taking the layup game. Snap comes back. They'll hand it off. Running right is Locklear, and he manages to get a couple to the 41-yard line.
5:50 left in the game. Broncos 37, Longhorns 14. Bethany just looking to chew out this clock to end this ball game.
Dakota Calvert and Mason Wire were the two that converged for the stop after a 2-yard gain. Bethany, again, will be a big favorite next week at John Marshall. They should be a big favorite in Week 3 when they travel to Northwest Oklahoma to take on Woodward. Woodward this year dropping from Class 5A to Class 4A. So it will be an in-class matchup with the Boomers. A bye follows that, and then the district opener. That game could decide the district, perhaps, between Bethany and Tuttle. That game on the road for the Broncos. 2nd down and 8. They'll pitch wide left. Locklear spins away. Won't get free for the second wave, and will lose 1.5 yards back to the 43-yard line. So Jones still flying around the football, still tackling, still hitting hard. But time right now clearly in favor of the homestanding Broncos with under 5 minutes to play.
Jones is a great football team. Bethany has more players to pick from. Bethany's a great football team as well. You have a 4A to 2A. That's a big difference in enrollment. And Jones is just going to be fine, as you mentioned earlier. And once you get to district in a month, it's 0-0. The records basically for counting for the playoffs.
They're out of district opponents, 4A, 3A, and 2A. That's Lincoln Christian and Washington to follow this matchup. They will hand it off again and not much running room, as that looks like that's Devontae Melton, and he loses a half yard. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 11 with 4:02 to play and counting.
Yeah, Jones always has a talented quarterback year after year after year. Clayton Creasy, very strong arm. He has good timing, good rapport with the wide receivers, especially his main guy, Braden Scott, who's very explosive, listed at 5'9", 140, but he can fly, he can break tackles, he makes catches, and he's open despite everybody knowing that the ball's going to Braden Scott.
Bethany is going to run the play clock down, it would appear, and then maybe spend a timeout. They're looking at the play clock at the south end. It currently is at 10. And that's exactly what they're going to do, so they can take it down to almost 3:12 without a penalty. And they will take the timeout with 1 on the play clock. Jones was obviously not interested in burning a timeout. You know, this is the first time I mentioned since the late 90s I've done a Bethany football game here in Bethany. This crowd is terrific. I mean, the grassy berm behind the north end zone has been just packed tonight with kids and with families, and both stands on the east and west sides both have had a large contingent of green and white and purple and white fans.
That's pretty neat design, the berms on both ends behind the end zones. Of course, we've been here for collegiate contests with Southern Nazarene University, and you might just see a couple kids playing catch with a football out there, but boy, on that north end, it's very full with families and kids running all over.
4th down and 11 at the 44-yard line for Bethany. 3:13 to play in a 37-14 game. John Arthur continues to have this Bronco program heading in an upward direction. 6th year, about to close in on his 55th victory here in Bethany. This is his 16th overall as a head high school football coach. Now they're going to punt the ball away. Rustlin Calderon gets a leg into it. That's not Calderon, but instead it's Colton Calderon. And he kicks it down to the 16-yard line, and that's where Jones will have it.
See if Clayton Creasy comes out or not.
First down at 10 at the 16-yard line, and I still have not been able to see if he's out there or not. Yeah, he is. With so many young players, you want to get them as many live snaps as you can, and that's why he is out there. Give goes straight ahead, and that is Cale Clark again, who made a quick cut, but nothing doing. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that may be true, but Creasy is very, very on cue. I mean, we've seen some timing patterns that he threw to Braden Scott, some other really good throws on the slants. He's a player. It's good to be interesting watching him this season.
Just under 2:40 to play in the ball game. Bethany will be 1-0. They will have won for the 9th time in the last 11 regular season games. They hand it off and running left. And that again is Cale Clark. He dives down across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. A gain of 7, so it's 3rd down and short.
Nice low tackle by Colton Calderon. He gets his shoulder pads down below the knees and just takes out the legs of the runner.
Clock continuing to tick. We're down to 2:06 to play in the ball game. Jones having to rush a player off. That's Will Jasper to the far side. We have basically seen all Cale Clark at tailback here in the second half. Pistol formation, back to throw is Creasy. Rolling, throwing to the run. He has a receiver wide open. Creighton Jones at the 45 to the 40. Had to wait to make the play. 30, 25, cuts left, and he's gone. 20, 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. He had to wait because that ball hung up, and I thought that was going to be enough, Scott, for the Bethany defense to get to him before he could get into the end zone.
Yeah, I think Coach John Arthur's got 2nd, 3rd, 4th teamers in. Creighton Jones came back. The ball, as you said, just hung, was way underthrown, and he just was – nobody guarded him. He's almost like he walked off the sidelines there on the right side, caught the ball. 2 tacklers could have had him all. Jones did his back, cut back in the middle, and walk into the end zone.
77 yards, Creasy to Creighton Jones. That's a junior to a sophomore. And now Creasy and company will go for the 2-point conversion. He throws right, and the ball is incomplete. In fact, it was intercepted. Alex Strotter looked like he picked it off, and they blew the play dead. So the try for 2 fails, and there's 1:45 to play. Bethany 37. And Jones 20 will step aside and be back in just a moment on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
77-yard touchdown pass pulls Jones to within 17, 37-20 with 1:45 to play. It's over in Cashion, the Wildcats, with a rare loss in the regular season, 49-13 to top 5 2A Rejoice Christian. Winoka all over Balco Forgan tonight, 48-14. Here is the kickoff from right to left, and they will call for a fair catch. The ball is fumbled, and then it's rolling to the far side, and I think Jones was able to get on it. Cade Sweat was the one that was to return it, and it looked like maybe Wet Whiska was the one that fell on it right before it went out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Washington 39, Vian 24. That is such an impressive win. If you've ever been to Vian, Oklahoma, you understand how difficult it is to go and play in that madhouse. And I mean that in a respectful manner. They love their football in Vian. And they don't lose very much there. 1st and 10 to the 23-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground as they give it now to Devontae Melton. And he gets to the 24-yard line, a gain of 1. And Jones will take a timeout with 1:33 to play. Jinx beat Edmond Santa Fe tonight, 13-10. Tuttle 39, Cash 14. Union 57, Westmore 10.
Yeah, Jones is going to take a time out there, have Clayton Creasy, maybe get another big touchdown pass, make this game look really close, even though it's not. 37-20, Bethany over Jones with 1:33 to play.
Class 4A, Poto 24, Bishop Kelly 6. Second and 9 here in the waning moments of this ball game. Jones has 2 timeouts remaining. Bethany has 1. 1:33 to play. You can bet the Longhorns will use another timeout after a quick stop here. A first down, though, by Bethany's offense would pretty much salt this one away. Melton in the backfield. They have not yet readied the ball for play, so therefore the play clock has not started. Told you Clinton tonight beat Kingfisher 21-6. Chickasha over El Reno 20-14. The Chicks, I think, are going to be a team in Class 4A to watch this year as well. Second down and 9. It's a quarterback keeper, and out to the 25-30. First down, still going is Judden Gilland, and the freshman quarterback, Judson Gilland, has a first down. Why shouldn't he salt this game away with a carry to the 41, a gain of 17?
Well, Jake Sherman was holding Cale Clark the whole time on that corner. Or it was actually Nick Norris that was getting held.
So a gain of 16 as they officially spot it now back at the 40-yard line. Bethany will go to 1-0. Jones will drop to 0-1. Handoff goes to Melton. He's stacked up, and his big frame falls forward for 2.5, almost 3 to the 43. Jones again will use their second timeout as we have second down and 7 upcoming with 1:22 to play.
Jones's Cruz Cranford didn't get the tackle, but he was the first one in there to get his hands around the waist of the ball carrier to slow that play down.
Tulsa Noah tonight, 43-0 over Morrison. That's a surprise. All the scores I see of interest right now. You can find them again on the Score app. Second down and 7 on the 43-yard line. Scott and I will be away next week, but we will have 2 games for you again on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week. Those to be announced early next week.
Tell you, Jones fought for a long time in this game. I mean, they're still fighting, even though the game is over. But they've had opportunities. They held Bethany in the opening half to stay in this game for a long time.
Melton across the 45 to the 46. Ball came up and scooped out and off to the races, and a touchdown is going to be scored by the Longhorns. That is Isaiah Sawyer with a scoop and score. And just like that, it's a 10-point game with an extra point. There was another instant of Melton just trying to get extra yardage, and the ball came out, and it was scooped up and taken all the way back for a touchdown by the Longhorn defense. So Isaiah Sawyer is into the scorebook with 1:09 to play, and Bethany racing some personnel out there on the field.
How about that separation by Sawyer?
He did pull away, didn't he, from about the 20-yard line.
Once he smelled that goal line, he was digging.
Creasy out of the swinging gate, the try for 2. They flip it to Scott. Scott wants to throw. He's in trouble. Now he's going to reverse his fielding, and he is going to be tackled inside the 5-yard line. So they were going to use a trick play, and it was well diagnosed by Bethany. 1:09 to play. New score 37-26. Broncos here on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Just over a minute to play, and all of a sudden this game is tightened up after a fumble by Devontae Melton, and it was returned by Isaiah Sawyer. It's an 11-point game. They'll kick it away to the far side, and it looks like Melton going to call for the fair catch, and he makes it at the 22-yard line. So Bethany will have it with 1:08 to play. Caden informing us that somebody edited the score on our screen to say 81-0. How does that happen?
And number 7 is back on the field, Taylor Heim. What a night he's had.
They're encouraging some of the younger kids as they come off the field. Jones can only stop the clock one more time, so it's going to be pretty difficult for the Longhorns to do much more on the scoreboard. 37-26 is the score.
Well, I think they're just wanting to take a knee if they can, but Jones has one more timeout left according to the board.
They do. But I don't think that's going to matter.
Taylor Heim was out there. He kind of tricked me, too. I thought maybe Coach Arthur was going to put some of those guys in since it's only an 11-point game, just doesn't want to take any more chances.
Judson Gillen will go under center. He will go to a knee. And let's see if Jones elects to use that final timeout. It doesn't matter if they take it now. They're still not going to get the football back. And I think Kevin Witt has said enough is enough. Clock will continue to wind down. 45 seconds to play. 37-26. The final score looks a little bit closer than the game was, but I'll tell you, Jones really played hard tonight. This is a football team that is going to be a factor in Class 2A, I believe.
Both teams have explosive passing games as well. Very well executed in the early going. Nice timing patterns, slants, skinny post fake going back to the flag. All kinds of great routes, too.
Gilliland goes to a knee. Somebody shoved him. A flag came in as the clock continues to wind down, and that's going to be it. Final score, 37-26. The officials say it's over, and we'll be back to wrap it up here on Squirtle.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
Back for a final time here at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany, 16-6, or how about 37-26. Bethany a winner in a game they led 16-6 at halftime. One dog, it was the Taylor Himes show, a couple of interceptions. He ran, he threw, and he received touchdown passes. I thought Creasy made some bad decisions, but I thought he was pretty solid in his first start for Jones as well.
Oh, I really am a Clayton Creasy fan. And we talked about it before. Jones always has good signal callers, but Creasy has a nice tight spiral. He's got a great go-to guy in Braden Scott and then other receivers as well that can complement them. Jones came out throwing at the beginning. You remember at the front, it was those little short, quick passes, a lot of confidence against the bigger 4A Bethany Broncos. And they were in the game for a long time. And, of course, those were late basically garbage touchdowns at the end. So the score looks like it's only an 11-point game, but it was more lopsided than that. But I think the future's great for both of these teams.
All right, partner, good job tonight. As always, enjoyed working with you. And this is kind of the kickoff, not only the high school football season, but the next 8 months together for you and I, huh?
All the way to mid-March again, or maybe even April. Who knows what happens.
Let's hope. Good job, buddy.
You too.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for Scott Wanish, for Caden, and for Jacob. I'm Todd Miller. Inside the press box at SNU Football Stadium in Bethany. Final score again. Bethany wins at 37-26 for our crew. So long, everybody.